Yay! Happy Piss Off Ray Day, everybody! It's
an unholy day for us all.
It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day.
It is a good day.
Happy Sunday roast. Happy Sunday for
I've got a
some of
special
us.
cut too.
Ooh! What does it say?
Is that a little witch hat on top?
Yep.
Oh my god,
I'll
love
get you my pretties.
I love.
Very cute.
I love it.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, Ray would hate it. I'm obsessed.
I love it. It's perfect.
So hello, everybody. Hi. Fancy meeting you here in this little old place.
Yay!
Oh, hi.
I'm an Echo.
Oh, go ahead.
And then here we've got.
Hi, I'm Gus. This is Val.
And we are the Clown Town. And we are here to piss off Ray Higdon. That is my goal. That is my only goal. No, I'm kidding. And I'm so excited because we are joined for the Sunday roast by the iconic whistleblower, by the Iron Man runner herself, by the queen of TikTok and high altitude potatoes, Julie Anderson. That
was great.
Thank you. See, I know how to edify a girl. Okay.
You're very good at edification. That would be very good. Yeah, Ray would be very
MLMs would love you.
Thank you.
You don't want to be a little old person, not getting edified.
No, you all get edified. You all get edified in this stream. No, welcome, Julie. You're amazing. You're incredible. And if you're not all following both Julie Anderson and Tish, and we'll throw us in the mix. Maybe go follow us if you want to.
I mean, if you'd like, but definitely.
Yeah. I'd like to endorse both of all three of you as well. If you're happening to come over, maybe you were on my channel or whatever, please consider following all these creators. They're very, very good, funny, insightful, and just they've done so much work. They have helped me speak out, whether they knew it or not, even before they knew I was watching their content. So I really recommend following them. So there you go.
Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you.
You're awesome. And we do our best, right, from the outside, but that inside view is just it's a completely different ball game. So we all really appreciate it, especially because we know it's hard for you to listen to that man. So big shout out. If you're not able to do it all the time, it's totally up to you when you're able to, but we all really appreciate it, and it's a worthy goal. We're doing what we can. Yay, classes are on.
Yes, the glasses are on. Things are serious now.
So, I remember, Julie, you said in one of your most recent Rank Maker 14-day challenge videos that you were like, let's take a look at Ray Higdon's Facebook and see how his titles are looking. So I thought, why don't we just take a little gander together and maybe read a few and see what you guys think?
Oh, this is great because I can't see him because he's blocked me.
I have it. Don't worry.
Yeah, we have the inside scoop.
We got it. Okay. Let's take a read.
Let's see if anything catches our eye.
Because remember, he wants us to stop the scroll.
Yeah.
We're stopping.
Oh, okay.
That's his vibe. He wants us to stop the scroll no matter what's happening. Even I think Julie said, even if your house is on fire, you got to be stopping the scroll.
Yeah, you got it. You're a rank maker. Challengers, hey, what's up? What's happening? Let's go.
Check out my ring light.
Oh my god, not the fucking ring light.
Okay. So you want to go ahead?
I have to put it on screen.
No, we can just read it. It's okay.
Oh, we're just reading them?
We don't need to show people Ray's face. It's fine.
Oh yeah,
we'll do that later.
We can avoid that.
We'll do that later.
Are you looking for tips on how to become a millionaire in network marketing? Although other network marketers can make it seem like it's easy to earn that much money, it isn't the same for everyone. Watch this video to find out what you can do to make your first million in no time.
And he has a gratitude shirt on with the definition of gratitude.
Ooh, tomato.
Because none of us know the definition.
Tomato. And it has the little Higdon group. Make up the definition of gratitude.
Yeah, why does it have the Higdon?
Jesus!
Well, it's because it's his merchy.
Oh, I don't care. I
Because
don't
it's
care.
his
It makes me mad.
merchy.
Yeah, like
What are your thoughts? I think it's a
It's
flop.
a terrible title because this is the thing.
Yeah.
When people are scrolling through Facebook, this is according to Ray. They're scrolling through. They need to have they have to have something that's going to stop the scroll. But there's a character limit. So all of that, you need to actually click on that title to read the whole thing. It's only going to show a bit. So it's like, the whole question, that's a weak thing. That's a weak title.
Weak, especially on Facebook.
Weak sauce.
Weak.
Yeah.
You
Weak
could've done
according
better.
to Ray as well. Sorry.
Yeah.
But like that's
And
the
he's
thing,
promising millions.
Yes.
Oh yeah, make your first million in no time.
In no
Oh,
time.
because that's totally something you can say. That's
Mhm.
totally something you're allowed to say
Yeah.
on the internet and
But-
just be fine. Like
Might be worth reporting to the FTC. Yeah, I don't
And
know.
nobody
they
says
have-
that anymore. Like nobody says that in multi-level marketing. They weren't saying it when I got in 2017. Nobody was saying it was going to be easy. That's the whole point. They're so far behind. Saying,
Yeah.
oh, they say it's so easy that you're going to make your millions right away. They don't say that. They say now it's going to be hard work, and that's part of the attraction.
Yeah.
We think, oh, we're so much tougher. We're
Yeah.
bulletproof. He's going to hone us into warriors. So that's the appeal, is that it's going to suck. You're going to work for a long, long time without seeing any results. That's what we're told. That's why we stay in. So this
Yeah.
weird thing on the outside, it's just, I don't know, it's messed up.
Yeah, there are a
I've
lot
heard
more.
I've
No, go
heard
ahead.
heaps of reps say that. I've heard heaps of reps lately say, you've got to keep it up. Don't quit. You can't quit. That
Yep.
sort of thing.
Yep. They have
Mhm.
not been, I've not seen so many, oh, you're going to make your first million. I've
Yeah.
seen, oh, you can maybe make, I've seen like straight up income claims, but it's more like, oh, you recruit 10 people, you can make $100 or something like that. You know what I mean? Nobody's saying, oh, you're going to get your first million the second you join the company. You know what I mean?
I just realized this. This is really weird, is that they don't say that once you get in, but once you're in, they do. Because that's when we go to these conventions like Monations or Rank Makers Live, and they have everybody up on stage and they're like, I made my millions.
Yeah.
It's just so weird. Like I just made that connection right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's jumping the gun a little bit.
He is jumping the gun. And it is a little bit, I don't want to say it's smarter to do it that way because it's not ethical, but it is smarter to do it that way. To lure people in with smaller promises, and then they can go to the convention and be like, oh my goodness, this person is making $45,000 on commission checks every month. You know what I mean? In one Mary Kay video we watched, she was literally saying how much in commission checks she got, how much in commission her upline got. You know what I mean? Like straight up. It's ridiculous.
When you've reported Ray to the FTC,
I
have
think
you,
so.
I
Julie?
did it on a live stream.
Yeah.
And did you just do the same thing as like you would for a network marketer? Because he's not like he's a coach. So I'm wondering, is it the same? Did you put sort of go in the same direction?
I'm gonna have to, I don't know. It wasn't that long ago, but my brain is still kind of scrambled. I think I don't know what I clicked on the FTC when I reported it. Like if I did pyramid scheme or if I did like coaching, or there was another thing to click.
Yeah.
But I do want to do another report, and this time I want to do it to Competition Bureau Canada too. So thank you for mentioning that, because I want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Good shout. I think I did put it in the pyramid scheme category, but I think I did mention he is coaching in this specific area. So I think I could have put it in the coaching one. I'm not sure. I also am not sure what I would do now for his real estate stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think that is very reportable. Him saying that he can guarantee a return better than your IRA. And then when we asked him in the DMs, he said, no, I'm not guaranteeing anything, even though he guaranteed it multiple times. So, reportable. Also, I want to read.
Put our light on.
Oh yes, I want to read this too because I think it's funny. I remember when I made my first million, it was on Animal Crossing.
Yes.
My first million on Stardew. I remember her. Okay, here's another one. This one, and these two have both been for YouTube videos, so not technically for live videos.
All right. Okay. We'll cut him some slack then on that.
Okay,
I'm
we'll
not
cut him.
saying everybody can go on YouTube. Just cut them some slack.
We'll cut him some slack. We'll cut him some slack. All right. Well, be nice to you, Ray. You can maybe get an honorable mention for that one, okay? That's good, yeah. Have you been wondering, can I work from home with no experience? Most people believe that the more work experience you have, the better. But that may not always be the case. Watch this video to find out how the lack of experience may affect your opportunities.
He's lost it.
What the fuck does that mean?
Sir?
Word salad.
Yeah.
So he's saying the less experience you have, the better? Did I make that up?
No, you did not make that up. That's what he said. You did not make that up. I'm so confused.
I'm sorry. We literally live in an economy where to get into the entry jobs, you need to have work experience at the entry job. So we're all just kind of like, how do we get into the entry job if we have to have work experience for the entry job? And so him saying, oh, you don't need work experience, that might actually be her.
Like, really?
Yeah, like William said, eh? Eh? Like,
I mean, this is just like he's just trying to say like, oh, you don't have any experience? Oh, that could help you in network marketing. So it's just another way to try to pull people in. You know what I mean? I don't like it. This is stinky.
It's in line with how he trains too, and it's like you don't need to have any experience. He would train too that if you're a doctor, then don't say you're a doctor. Say that you work at a hospital, because you don't want to appear credible or an expert, because you want to make people believe that they can do what you can do, because it's all about duplication, which it's all about recruitment. So the whole point is that anybody can do this.
nice.
Dude,
Which I think is pretty silly, honestly.
that's very silly, because especially like, okay, a doctor in, let's say, Amare would definitely sell more products than just your average Joe.
right.
So like he's saying
Or a
like,
pharmacist.
or
Right.
a pharmacist, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's saying, oh, don't say that so that people think they can do what you're doing. That's
Mhm.
fucked up. That's deception.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Absolutely.
It's all
Absolutely.
very deceptive.
It's quite deceptive, and it makes me very angry.
Oh, and nice of you to mention recruiting, because his next post. Do you want to be a better recruiter? Here are 3 tips that will help you. Comment below with the tip that was most helpful. And it's a reel. It's a reel. So I'm
Is he
sure
wearing
it's
a purple wig? He thinks that for the haters.
pisses me off. Like, if you're gonna freaking
Yes.
use a wig, get a good wig.
Get a wig person.
Comb the wig. He could just comb it.
Like,
Just
like
shampoo it.
You
something.
can
You can
make
use some
you
Monat
can
on it.
make acrylic. Yep.
The wig is gonna disintegrate.
The wig is gonna. The wig. Poor wig.
It's just gonna.
Poor wig.
Oh,
That
it's
wig
gonna
is
melt.
painful. He's had that wig for years.
He's
Put it right out
yeah.
of the closet, and he like carries it around from house to house, moving it around. He was telling us he had this trunk of all these wigs and like props, and that he'd do that really awkward giggle when they were moving from some house and they had their movers come in. He tells us all this weird shit in Rank Makers, and if you're in Rank Makers, you're an ex-Rank Maker, you've heard this story, because we all heard these stories over and over again. And the movers were like, "Oh, what is all these wigs and things?" It's like his
No one would care.
Nobody-
one would care. Honestly.
nobody-
I mean, no one would care, but now I'm like, Ray, why do you have so many wigs, and why are you trying to hide it? Like, it doesn't, like, is there something you're trying to hide,
Are you
Ray?
a drag queen?
Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but like,
Nothing wrong with it. It's
There
okay.
really isn't. It's okay.
Totally. Like,
And
He
But,
can
like-
totally just work it. Just instead of that self-hatred and self-loathing, like just embrace who he is. It's
Mhm.
okay.
exactly. Like,
Okay,
why is
Wig.
it- Oh, go
I
ahead.
do. I have always had a really big collection of costumes, wigs, and props, but I'm a drama teacher. I use it in my job.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
not
that's-
a network marketer.
exactly. Like, what do you need wigs for, Ray? I'm a little, you know, like, I'd like
skits.
it just for the skits though.
It's a little
A
skit.
trunk of wigs.
For the little skit.
I thought he had like maybe like 3. A trunk.
No, a trunk.
That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Oh, okay.
He's telling the truth.
Here's the next one. We are almost 2 minutes in, and he hasn't even started the free coaching Friday. It's just been like playing, and it just says free coaching Friday with an exclamation mark, and it's alive. So, does he just do that for all the free coaching Fridays? Does it just say free coaching?
He used to. So this is what he used to like say hello. My name is Ray Higdon, like that kind of thing. But I think it's changed. So I haven't seen like since he's blocked me.
Mhm.
I don't know how to see.
I think, are we getting raided?
Oh,
we've got lots of
whoa!
word salad.
Look at
Is
all
it
these
A
salad?
lot of olives.
Those are all olives.
Those
They're
bitch.
olives. They're olives. The olive tree people.
Olive tree people have arrived.
Hello, olive tree friends. How are you?
Hello, my happy little olives. How are you all?
I hope you didn't drink too much olive oil in the last stream. Don't worry. You will have all of that sucked out of you by the prophet Ray. Don't worry.
The power of Jesus will cleanse you of the olive oil. You'll be fine.
Welcome. We appreciate you all. Wait, sorry. Go ahead.
Does the olive tree guy work for emoji? Because that is the cutest emoji. Olives have the cutest emoji. That is
Olives
so
They really
cute.
do.
Have a very cute emoji.
Wow.
Now I wanna use the olive in more things. Thank goodness for these olive tree people. Now we can put olives.
Now we have an excuse to use the cute ass olive emoji. That's very exciting.
They are an aesthetic.
Everybody,
We did
hello. Also, if you guys from the raid, if you guys are not following Julie Anderson or Echo, aka Tish, please do that. They're wonderful creators and we love them so much and we're so happy to be streaming with them. So follow the queens.
No, so I'm trying to make an olive pun. Olive them. What? Olive them. Oh, that didn't
We
work.
love all of you.
you.
That-
We love all of you.
See,
Yeah.
this is why
Same
you're
brain.
a teacher and I'm unemployed. But yes, thank you, Ryan, also for dropping their links in the chat. If you're not following JJ and Savannah and Aaron, please do that. And also, you three, please take care of yourselves after stream. Decompress, hang out with your cats, do whatever you got to do. We appreciate you and thanks for joining. We're just
Yeah.
reading some Ray Higdon titles because he was telling Julie in the 14-day challenge from 2019 that you got to have a title that grabs at people. So we're just reading his Facebook titles because he has blocked Julie, of course. Because you know how it is. Oh, here's this next one. Oh, geez. He did both on Free Coaching Friday. They're both from the exact same position. If you struggle with the idea of the crucifixion, don't worry. They did too. Who's they?
Yeah, who's they? That's a weak title. It should have been like crucifixion. That should have been like that because that would have stopped the scroll. Not
Yeah.
if you say that's so weak. I'm so surprised, but it doesn't. I'm kind of
Yeah.
glad. It's like
Crucifixion. Top 3 ways to get the nail through the hand.
that's you got it.
Tish.
Or like,
Yeah.
what's happening, everyone? My name is Ray Higdon. Crucifixion. Do you struggle with getting crucified? I'm going to share with you the top 3 ways to get a nail through the head.
Or top 3 ways to make a thorn crown.
Or like the top 3 myths about the crucifixion. Crucifixion. 3 things I bet you didn't know. You think you're really a good Christian? I've only been here for 4 months and I know more than you. I didn't even fucking go to seminary. I don't even think I could spell seminary. And I know more than you do.
That's right. Number 1 is consistency. You need to show up every day. Tip number 2 is that you think you've been baptized. You don't know what it's like to be baptized. You don't know what it's like to be lit up with the fire of the Holy Spirit. Number 3, you need to join my private Facebook group. It's called Walk with Faith with Ray. You like these tips? You're going to want to follow me for more. Send me a DM with the number 4 in it and an olive emoji.
And the olive emoji. Oh man.
Oh,
I'm obsessed. Yeah, weak ass title. He hasn't even started the video and it's 4 minutes in. He's weak. He's so weak.
Ooh.
Let's go to I'll read this one just for Julie. Just for Julie.
This one's for you.
Just for Julie. Oh man, I laughed at this. I've never even been crucified. Damn, I'm a failure.
Oh my god, wait. In Mac Attack's video about Ray Higdon, he said that like being he said that he was like baptized in Christ.
Yes,
Yes.
we
Which
baptized
is-
through the Holy Spirit.
No,
that was the wording, and we had never heard of that before. So, and we have grown up in a Christian background, but never like Pentecostal or anything like that. So when we heard baptized through the Holy
we
Spirit,
just thought dunk.
you know what I mean?
Because that's what we did. So we're like, that's what we thought. But Mac Attack said being baptized through the Holy Spirit means that he spoke in tongues during a service.
That is so like you said, it doesn't sound like what it is.
Yeah.
And
Ray's
I
been
think
speaking in tongues since 2017. Rank Makers.
I mean, that was his training. That was his training. You look at those thong things and you're trying to figure out what's going on. And it's like he was speaking in tongues. Yeah.
He may as well have been speaking in tongues. But yeah, that just kind of bothered me a little bit. I'm like, you're after 4 months?
Yeah, it's only been 4. Again, he can do whatever he wants.
But
I'm just saying
he's using that to now like peddle his bullshit. So I'm going to call it out. If he was just documenting his journey through Christ, that's fine. You do you, whatever. That's not what he's doing.
I'm sorry, we got a super chat. We appreciate it. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Crucifixion, best way to get nailed.
That's funny. That's really good.
Now that ate.
See, that's funny.
That's really funny. Yeah.
Now that's funny.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That was so good. That was so good.
Okay, now this next video, just for Julie. He did this for you. You know he did this for you. Go ahead.
Okay. Is your business on TikTok yet? If not, then you're definitely missing out on a golden opportunity for growing your business. Watch this video to learn the basics of how to do marketing on TikTok.
bit wordy. It's a bit
And
wordy.
Community guidelines. TikTok's community guidelines. It spells out no multi-level. You can't promote multi-level marketing. So he can get away with this. So he can teach this because he's not going to get penalized for it. Only people that purchase his coaching or take it as advice. Yep. Which I'm currently off TikTok because these fuckers have been reporting me. I got another strike against my account for using 3 barf emojis on my own reply to a content. It was like we're in agreement. I'm like, yeah, that's gross, and I did. So I'm taking time off TikTok, but because it's okay, it goes against multi-level marketing content. Goes against TikTok's community guidelines. Yeah, it's speaking out against multi-level marketing content. Apparently, is also going against TikTok community guidelines.
So
wild.
Well, they always TikTok's problematic because it says that in the TOS, but then when you try to report it, I've reported a bunch of accounts where you can see that they are peddling the product. They've got prove it in their bio, or they've got they're actually holding a product, and I'm like, and especially Megan Desart, who it's all over it. It's like, what if I told you, you can lose weight with these 2 pills? Hit me up in the DMs, and you go to her link tree, MLM, reported it, no problem. Their reporting system is terrible.
Yeah.
That's
And it's usually used to silence people, is what I've seen, and specifically marginalized people or people that are going against the popular grain. You know what I mean? People who will try to talk about racism get their accounts shut down like that all the time, which is super freaking annoying. You know what I mean? And then it's just frustrating. It's frustrating. It's also frustrating. I don't know, just in case some of you are not filled in on the lore with Julie and TikTok. Julie was like, TikTok's a great idea. I'm having a lot of fun on it, and a lot of people are being attracted to my page because of what I'm doing on TikTok. And Ray kind of made her seem like she had no idea what she was talking about, and she was I don't like using this word, but an idiot, you know what I mean? And he called TikTok ding dong to try to turn it down. And now he's talking about how it's you're missing out on a golden opportunity for growing your business.
Oh yeah. He called it. And my coach in Inner Circle at the time, 100K Inner Circle, Jen Ryla, who's speaking out as well. We were talking about it. I was telling her about TikTok, and she was trying to get me to do a training on it, but they couldn't accept it because Ray wasn't on TikTok yet. Because if it's not his idea, then it can't possibly be good. But I was seeing results. I was having explosive growth on TikTok. So I'm like, this is like, you guys got to get on this. So then she managed to get me to do a training, but it had to be not about TikTok. I had to just do social media tips. But he would constantly go live in Rank Makers, and he'd always reference Ding Dong. And I was one of the few people that was speaking about like TikTok. This is big because it ended up being one of the things that woke me up. But he also asked me to do a TikTok training, which I did for like, and then he bundled it up and sold, which he didn't tell me he was going to do.
Yep.
So I did a training for him. It was in the University Higdon portal for some time until they deleted it. But I have the emails. I still have the emails where my bonus shows up. I kept all my receipts.
Yeah. Yes. Love that. We don't delete receipts around this house. Okay. We don't do that. Next live. So we're starting again with the if you are. I think the last one, the live was like that. If you are whatever. If you are truly saved, you'll struggle with unkindness.
You'll struggle with unkindness?
Yes.
If you're truly saved. Oh, this is like Ray's brand, you know?
Yes.
Confusion.
Yes. So not only is it hypocritical because he's not kind to people, but he's guilting people who ever have any unkind feelings towards others that are Christian. Like, oh, you're not really saved. You're feeling that way towards somebody else. When that was never how it was taught to me. It was taught to me that you are going to be struggling with stuff for your whole life and that God is going to help you with that. But that was never, he was never going to take it all away and make it easy. You know, that was never the point.
You know, like, I think, you know, whatever your faith is, it's like you treat others how you want to be treated. That kind of applies to everybody. And like, that could be like, Ray with this whole word salad. If you are, you're going to be struggling with unkindness. Like, it's just another way to confuse people who are already confused and attracted to his content, which is people predominantly in network marketing. And he's just sucking them in because he is charismatic. When you're already in that world, he is. But outside of it, you're like, this guy, like, you can see right through him. But when you're in it, the way he says stuff, that's how MLMers speak. And it's like, we don't understand. It's like, oh, this makes sense. It's so wild.
Yeah.
It sounds like toxic positivity in a different, you know, like bundle. Like, it's still that whole thing. You're saved. You have to be positive all the time now. And it's like, no.
No.
Yeah, it's just like how Ray is like, oh, I like confessed my sins and now I've been saved. He makes it seem like, oh, that's like you have to do it once and you're done. That's you keep confessing your sins. Just because you've confessed once and you were baptized and or spoken tongues or whatever, however he was baptized, that doesn't mean that you're never gonna sin ever again. You're still human. And that doesn't mean that you're never going to need to be forgiven by God ever again, if that's what you believe. You know what I mean? He just makes it seem like it's so one and done. Like, but also,
I think that's...
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I think that's the ego for him, because he probably does think that he's beyond... It doesn't matter anymore because he's been forgiven for all his past sins. And now that he's in his walk with God, he doesn't sin anymore because he's close to God. And, you know, it's that whole ego of him thinking he's more important than he is. And it's like, no, you're just a man.
Yeah.
And being a man is fine, but you're not special. Like, you're not.
This is what I see as like an ex-rank maker. He believes he's a prophet. He's done the high prophet mumbling before, where he's like, I'm not saying I'm a prophet. And then I was like, he set it up. And then he started this Walk in Faith with Ray group. And then he's now all of a sudden, I've been doing sermons. I'm just sharing my experience, but now it's a sermon. Yeah. And then he's now saying, I'm in contact. I'm getting messages every hour. And then Good Friday, he changes the cover title of his photo where he's dressed in white. And it's like Walk in Faith with Ray with the same font of Scientology. He's going to set up a church. I'm predicting this. And I didn't know about it. I think it's like obvious, but I want to be proven wrong. Yeah. But this is what I fear. And
I'll have a look.
He said end times are 2028.
He did.
Prophet mumbling way. Yeah, it's on
2028.
And he also said I don't know what the future looks like. I don't know if it's a church. I don't know if, and he did it in the same
Exactly.
high profit mumble way.
That's
so.
it. You see it. Like you can see it now. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Got
really
it.
Once you pointed it out,
and
he just drops those little bombs and he's just like, oh, he just drops it in there just so you can think on it, and then he'll do it, and it's just like, oh my god.
he'll plant a seed.
Exactly.
And
Plant a seed.
that's especially shitty to me because he's really posting a lot about his church that he's going to right now. And he's essentially ripping off his sermons from his pastor. He keeps saying, I'm getting a lot of this information from Pastor Allen. I'm getting it from. So if you enjoy Pastor Allen so much, why would you want to set up your own church?
Tax break, tax free.
Tax evasion, in my opinion. Like,
oh my god.
Oh, okay. And then
But,
one.
like,
Oh, wait, go ahead.
No, but like, what's he going to do once he sets up his own church and Pastor Allen isn't there for him anymore? Is he just gonna flop like a little fish looking for random shit on the internet?
Yes.
Is that what he's gonna do?
Yes.
Because he didn't go to seminary.
No.
He's been reading the Bible for 4 months. What the fuck does he have to say? Sorry.
I've seen his posts. People send me screenshots of his walk in faith with Ray, and it is so lengthy, word salad, convoluted. It's purposely so. It's like it is Rank Makers 2.0. It's meant to be confusing. There is like so much stuff. There's one post. It was so funny. I think it was yesterday, and he talks about Adam and Eve, and then their shame is the fig leaves, and then in his notes he writes, "What is your fig leaf?" So I'd like to ask, what is your fig leaf? What is your fig leaf? He says it like, he probably says it like 5 times in various ways, right? What is your fig leaf? What is your fig leaf?
What is your fig leaf? What is your fig leaf?
What is your fig leaf? Like, oh my god. And this is pretty funny that you bring this up, Lizzie Bellina. He's gonna turn to Chat GPT. Because according to a recent reel of his, he is selling a Chat GPT guide.
it's in
GPT.
That's in the university. I have access to that because I still have access to all the courses.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pulling it all out of. I'm like, well, I'm
gonna keep it. What the heck?
Might as well.
But
isn't it free?
It's free. You do not need to pay Ray to figure out how to use Chat GPT. It's free.
I've actually put multi-level, like a MLM pitch into Chat GPT.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. So yeah.
What's with Ray and underwear? First the thong, now the fig leaf. He's gonna start talking about bloomers. Oh god. Okay, so this is the live that we have ready for us to listen to. I have something for us to listen to first, just for us to have a little giggle at it. But I wanted to read the title of this one. This one's nice and quick. What are you putting above God? Thoughts? Oh no, THOTS. I'm putting thoughts above. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah.
You made that joke for me by laughing at me. It wasn't on purpose. Thank you. Thank you. Oh god.
Sorry.
Flop. Another flop.
But like if you're Christian, I can see how that wouldn't be a flop. And if you're like really struggling with like, if you're struggling with your faith and you just stumble upon this and you're just like, oh, what are you putting above God? I can see how that would make you question something.
What are you putting above your network marketing business? This needs to be a priority. If you want to be serious, if you want to show up and play to win, if you want to show up powerfully in the world, if you want to impact people and get them to the kingdom of God, you need to show up. Mm-hmm. What are you putting before God? That's what it is.
Yep. 100%.
So this is the new header for the group.
No fucking way. Wait, this is real?
Yep.
You didn't make this, Tish?
Tish,
you made that. Tish, I know your skills. Did you make this?
You have graphic design, Tish.
Are you clowning? Is this late April Fool's? This can't be real. Ray,
It's real.
You've been a Christian for 4 months.
It's real. Yeah.
What do you have to teach other than bullshit.
Oh.
Oh my god, this is astounding.
Step aside, Kenneth Copeland. There's a new grifter in town.
See, it's like one in the David Miscavige is this.
Oh God. Also, welcome in, Aaron. How are you?
Hello.
We appreciate you. We are just cringing at Ray right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And note, check the faith. The T is a cross.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Nice
yeah.
work, Ray.
Oh yeah, and we got 3 lines above it because 3 in Christianity is a good one. Oh, we love the pose.
Oh wait. Wait, you have to have this
It's
one.
his offer. It's his offer. Oh gosh.
We did it better. We did it better.
Yeah, of course.
It is a little bit boy band. You're right. He just needs like a headset mic.
Like
With the
Christian boy band, Walk in Faith with Ray Higdon.
That could
That
be
could
a Christian boy band.
yeah.
Or they could be like
Yeah.
Step in Faith, because then they could step.
Like,
See,
step.
right? Come on. Christian boy bands. I could be your manager. Shout me out.
Yeah.
And they sing like Jesus-y versions of things like hit me Jesus one more time,
Why did we think of the exact same thing? I thought the
That
exact
was the same one.
same.
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay. Incredible.
way,
Oh my God.
really?
No.
Yeah. No, I'm not even lying. It was the same thing. I was gonna say the same thing.
Or like Britney Spears, 1, 2, 3, Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
or do Judas, but it's just Jesus.
Jesus.
Come on.
Yeah.
It would still be a banger. It still goes.
Oh my god. You know what I didn't know existed until today? Christian hip hop. That exists. Didn't know that was a thing.
Wow.
That
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, all right, go
Okay.
off.
Cool.
How
I
did
knew there was far right. I knew there was some far right rappers, but I didn't realize there were. Wow, that's pretty
I was
cool.
like, huh.
Okay.
I mean, go off, I guess.
Oops. I sinned again.
I made up.
I love that we're all doing Britney Spears songs.
I know. Shout out to Brittany.
Yes.
Okay. Are we ready for just to hear the first bit of the sermon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We're hearing it for 2 reasons. One of them you'll see in a second. I just want to remind everybody. I guess I'll ask Julie. Julie, did Ray judge you guys on your audio quality when you did
Yes.
Rank Maker video?
Oh, then buckle your seatbelt.
All right.
This man is a hypocrite.
We're gonna love this.
This is a little different. This is actually the audio of the sermon I delivered in California.
Bullshit. It probably was bullshit. Also, can we all hear that? Can we all hear that?
Blink,
Okay?
blink.
Blink. Give me a blink. Okay, thanks.
Where over 20 people gave their life to Christ. It was one of the most meaningful days of my life. And
Wait.
but the video footage
Giving my life to Christ sounds like
It just means that they converted, bro.
I know it means that they converted. Like I'm sorry that.
How is he? He's obviously
sounds-
insinuating they gave their life to Christ because of him.
Because
No,
of the sermon.
yeah.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
part that's creeping me out. Like, you really think that 4 months into Christianity, you're having 20 people give their lives to Christ because of you?
It was probably because of the event, but he's gonna use any numbers for him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just
Because
yeah.
it was
4 months ago, I was baptized in the Holy Spirit, and then 3 weeks ago, I was at an event with 600 people, and 20 people gave their. That's totally it.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yep. Oh, sorry. One more. Tell me why ain't nothing but a sin. Oh God, we could do this all day. See, come on,
Oh,
Christian
yeah.
boy band, pull up. Somebody also said there's trap gospel music, which I'm here for.
Trap?
I'm here for.
I would be here for that too. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Honestly.
Go off.
Yeah.
Express yourself.
Express yourself. If you're Christian and you want to listen to trap and other stuff makes you uncomfy, make your own.
Make your
Go
trap.
off.
Make your trap.
footage just wasn't great. And so we're going to give it to you here in the audio. I think it will still be very impactful to you. You can listen to it. Perhaps this is something you listen to over and over, and feel free to share.
Keep that in mind when you hear this audio quality. This man thinks that his words and everything that he says is so fucking powerful. You could just listen to this over and over again. You might get a different message every time.
He's done this with other stuff, like back when he first was selling stuff. If you go into his like Higdon group, like things that you can purchase, he has audios like this where he's like, this is so weird to me to see that it's like he's starting the cycle over again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's so
Oh,
creepy.
God.
That's so fucking
It is creepy. I hate it.
All right.
But at the same time, I'm glad that you know so that you can call out these patterns now.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We can say, we've seen this before. You know what I mean? This guy's a freaking sham. We've seen it before. And he is the proof. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, it is useful to have that, even though it is creepy. And I'm sorry that you have to kind of, you know what I mean, see it play out again. But it is helpful to know, you know what I mean? Like, because before we you know, if I didn't have your kind of insights, I wouldn't be able to know a lot of these things. I hope that makes sense. I don't know.
And I think that we really have seen a ramp up of this shock and sell.
Yeah.
Like that just seems to be all over MLMs at the moment. Shock and sell. I'm going to say something shocking and then I'm going to sell something to you. You know, like Jesse Lee, like it's just, and Ray especially, but
Yeah.
Yeah. They're ramping it up because they know that their numbers are going down and that the movement is getting louder and that they need to do more.
The girlies are scrambling.
That's my opinion.
That's exactly how I feel too.
My non-professional opinion.
Because of us.
Yeah.
Like not me
Not
specifically.
But like anti-MLM movement, you know?
Absolutely.
We're helping.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yep. And like all of the comments, all the people that watch, you know what I mean? Every time you like take the time to sit down and watch a video, you're making a difference. I know it sounds cliche and whatever, but it really does like let people know, oh shit, people are paying attention. This is not just like a few people with their picket fences. You know what I mean? Like this is becoming a thing.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I was doing a reaction before I did this when it's for day 11. This is like a fucking Ray thing I'm doing. It's like right before I got on this one, I was doing day 11, like I'm going to be doing my profit mumble. But I was in that at the end, like saying like, thank you to all anti-MLM creators and anybody that leaves a comment, because it does not matter how many followers or subscribers you have. You have no idea. Like it just takes one video to hit one person. Yeah. And then we share it. And it's like, we might not be ready to watch the video, but we're talking like both of your content helped me before I started to like, even like make content on YouTube. We're watching and we're reading the comments as we're waking up, and it can take time. Like it took me like a year and a half to wake up. So every comment, we head to the comments. Rank Makers, I know for sure. We go to for sure, 100%, absolutely. 1.1 million%. We go to the comments. Fuck, it's still in my head. But we do go to the comments. So just, you know, each person that leaves a comment, thank you so much. And every creator, however you say it, you can repeat things. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. It is helping. So
yeah. Whether you do like a little bit of editing, a lot of editing, whether you're somebody that's like a little bit more chill or a little bit more loud, no matter what part of the world you're in, whether you speak English or not, or if you have an accent, like your work matters, and we all really appreciate it, you know? So
and there's always room for more because there are so many MLMs. There's so many. You know? And I used to feel really bad because I hadn't done a deep dive or anything. I used to feel really bad about not having done my own deep like one of those sort of deep dives. But I've realized it's just not my thing. Like I don't want to do like, especially when there are such good quality deep dives out there. Because I am so terrible at comp plans. And I can do the profit, you know, income disclosure.
Yeah.
But comp plans, oh, they hurt my brain. So I'm very thankful for those people who who do the deep dives. You're the best.
Yeah.
And I just think it's really cool because we have so many people in the movement, and that just like not every like channel looks the same. Like everyone has their own spice, everyone has their own flair. Not everyone is doing the same thing. Everyone kind of fills their own niche, and that's what I think is cool about it. And also like a reason why, like, hey, if you have been thinking about making anti-LMLM videos, like you should, because you know it doesn't take like, oh gosh, our equipment is so dinky right now, and we've been going for like since last September. So, you know, if you're able to do it, it just, and you don't have to make your channel look like anybody else's. You really don't.
Mm-mm.
You can do
Mm.
what fits your vibe, and people will appreciate it, because as long as you're getting the message out there about MLMs being scammy and shitty, then whatever package that comes in, there'll be people that appreciate that. And I also really like the diversity, because it just brings different people into it. Like one form of video might not appeal to someone over another. So the fact
Yeah.
that there's so many different avenues of content that you can absorb, I feel like it makes it easier for like people that like are maybe in MLM to like watch it, because they might not want to watch a super long video, but maybe they can look at reels, or maybe they really
Yeah.
want to do the research, so they want the deep dives, you know?
Yeah. Or maybe,
Mhm.
you know, some creators are a little bit more gentle, and, you know, then there's like us and are like, fuck these people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, like, and some people need that, and some people are like, oh, that's too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's- yeah. So, yeah, we just want to say thank you to everybody. And if you want to make videos, now is the best time to start. And I promise you, I'm not lying like those
This is
MLM
the
girlies.
sign.
I know.
This is your sign.
If you were waiting for a sign, this is it. I'm just, but like, this is for a cause. You know what I mean?
Cause,
It's for a cause, not for
okay.
us to take your money.
All right. Okay.
When just one more thing before you press play. I was just looking on Instagram, and Hannah Alonso's had a baby. So congrats!
Yay!
Little one.
Yay, little
And she
baby.
Little one.
She put little feet. She put little feet
Your
on
feet,
her.
feet.
So check out your IG if you haven't seen it. You know, very cute.
Very
Congrats.
cute.
We love.
Yay.
I don't need baby fever. I am too small.
We love an anti-MLM baby.
We do.
Yay, anti-MLM baby. Oh my
Yay.
god. Okay, that's exciting.
And
I'm very
congrats to
happy.
her, and shout out to her maternity leave, and
Yes.
yeah, good for her. Good for
Yes,
her.
yes.
Now on to something less wholesome.
And terrible audio quality.
Yeah, just remember, we're gonna listen to
Oh,
this
yes,
over and
the audio.
over, okay?
Yeah.
And let me know in the comments what you think.
So here we are. You know, I thought I was just giving my testimony this morning.
Are you fucking kidding me, Ray? You posted this on YouTube thinking people were gonna listen to this over and over again. I said it when I first listened to it with Gus. It sounds like it was recorded on a banana underwater.
That they did. They did say that. And like, you don't even have to be like, because I was gonna say like, oh, you're a film major, but like, you don't have to be a film major to know that that sounds fucking terrible. Like, I do not want to listen to that once, let alone over and over again. I don't care how insightful you are. That gives me a headache, Ray.
Yeah, seriously.
Also, especially because Julie said he would give people shit for their audio quality. You are a fucking hypocrite, Ray.
You know what this is like?
Wiggy boy.
This is like he is starting over. This is because he would record himself. So he's at the church and he's probably set up a microphone or his camera or something to capture this. And that's what he's done on this, because he did this before his whole like 29 leads. He sells all this really schmoogly stuff, and it's still it was just captured. And that's how he started. That's how he started in network marketing. And this is weird to see. Like, it's almost like he's starting over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's wiping the slate clean.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he almost like he doesn't know anything from before. Weird.
Well, I mean, he thinks he wiped the slate clean. Now that he's been baptized, he totally thinks he could do no wrong.
And let me just give you all a tip, okay? If you have DSLRs, the internal microphone quality of those is awful. it is better for you to use like your phone or like a microphone or something like that. So just FYI, like the cameras are really good, but that's what the focus is on. It's on the quality. So that's why the audio quality is not great. So if he was using a DSLR to film this, no shit, your audio quality sounds like ass, you know? So it's a little better if, you know, you're in like a quiet room and stuff like that, right? You can get it close to the camera, but no, he had no shot with this. He had no shot.
You can actually get. Oh, can you hear the dogs barking? Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Wilbur's he's a frustrated man at the moment because the girls are in heat.
Oh, he's a frustrated little man. It's okay.
Little boy.
It's okay.
Yes.
God.
So we may have some puppies in about 2 months, 3 months. So.
Puppy.
No way.
Yay.
Puppies. Oh, I love the
I know,
I love
controversial. We try. We do. I do give to the RSPCA, and so that's my offsetting of having puppies, selling puppies. I'm sorry, but it's controversial.
Yeah. Are we ready to go to this? I mean, I don't want to call it a sermon. That feels disrespectful to the seminary community. Sermon. Are we ready?
Yes.
The title of this one is, what are you
ready
putting?
as we can.
Yeah, I'm putting, what are you putting above God? Oh yeah, somebody said recording on iPhone. Yeah, iPhone quality microphones have gotten even better.
So good.
And if you want to soundproof a little bit more, you can even get under some blankets and kind of do it that way. So yeah, iPhone quality works just great for voiceovers and stuff like that. Obviously, you're not going to be able to shoot a video like that, but you know, for voiceovers and stuff like that, it'll work just fine.
Yeah, but for Ray's case, as someone said in chat, lapel mics for the win. Sorry, I can't find it anymore, but I read it.
Yeah.
Lapel mics for the win. Ray, you have enough money for a lapel mic? You could have just put one on before your sermon.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You really had to give us
those
that terrible audio quality?
Yes, the little teeny ones
The
that you
little
put
bitty
up.
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or the TikTok mics that people like.
Yeah, that people hold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, Ray.
Come on, Ray.
You have the money.
Yeah.
You have no excuse.
He had the money. Maybe he doesn't have it anymore.
Oh. Okay. Oh.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm not saying that he doesn't have any money.
But I mean,
but I'm just saying it might not. I don't know. I mean, why else wouldn't you be able to afford a simple lapel mic?
Right. Where's the lapel mic, you know?
Probably what? What do you want? Okay.
Yeah.
He is trying to raise money for real estate, so.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, don't give him any money for that, y'all. He's trying to guarantee you your return, and then when I asked him in private, he's not guaranteeing you return, so he can't do anything for you. Just Google how to do real estate. You'll probably find better information. Should not be telling people how to Google how to do real estate. I'm just saying, you'll learn
better than Ray Higdon's advice.
Better than giving money to Ray Higdon to do it for you. Okay, all right. This one's called "What Are You Putting Above God?"
That you are able to and want to, desire to, do a random act of kindness for a stranger involved in a financial exchange.
Wealth Wednesday.
Yep. Wealth Wednesday.
Bingo.
You probably would have gotten bingo ages ago if we had a card for him. You definitely would have gotten it. So yeah, that's his thing that he tries to make himself look charitable, and he tells everybody else to do it too, and he posts it, and we love that.
Look, he's got Jesus on his shoulder.
Yeah.
He's got he needs a little devil on the other side.
I every time I do a thumbnail with Ray, I cannot help myself. I have to
put the angel and the devil
and that one on each shoulder. Yep. I can't help it. It's iconic imagery for a reason. Also, I see DC in chat. Hello. We appreciate you.
Hello.
Hi. Follow DC, everybody. She covers Ray also. And all kinds of people. But we're talking about Ray today.
Could be paying for the person behind you in the drive-thru, paying for the person behind you in the toll booth. Could be you reverse shoplifting, where you sneak money into, something in the store like diaper bag, baby formula, dog food, etc. And we do that.
It's disgusting. Like money is really dirty.
Mm,
It's very, very like don't put it in like in
yeah,
baby formula.
right.
Did this. I did this for every Wednesday. So it's like every day is ritualized in
Yeah.
Rank.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
Wednesday is Wealth Wednesday. Of course, you have to hashtag it. I still have TikToks up where I was like Wealth Wednesday, and I make it like to music. So the thing that I would do would go to Tim Hortons and I would buy a gift card, and then I would wait, and then I would just like hand it to someone, and then I would leave. And it was like really fun. I felt really good doing that. It was, you just are giving something. But the whole point of this is to increase your like abundance and work on your money mindset. And when you get into 100K inner circle coaching, there was a training in there from a coach that said, if you're, before you do your Wealth Wednesday, if you're in a place of like need, you're like scarcity mindset, you're like, I just want to do this in order to like get money back tenfold. Don't do your Wealth Wednesday yet. Get into like the proper frame of mind before you go out to do a random act of kindness involving a financial exchange without expecting anything in return. This isn't culty at all.
So it's not even, because I was gonna say, at least this is kind of nice. You know what I mean? At least you're kind of trying to put something up. That's not even the point. The point is not to do that. The point is to keep you primed. And it's also, like you said, it's like a ritual. It's something that you have to do every day. And then once you leave Rank Makers, it gets really hard to break from those rituals and those traditions that you've built every day. I mean, you said live video every day. Every Friday we dance. Wealth Wednesdays we do this. You know what I mean? Free coaching Fridays there too. You know what I mean? There's probably more,
Yeah.
So there's Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's not Throwback Thursday.
Mm.
Don't you dare, Ray.
No.
Don't you dare. That was supposed to be for the girlies in 2016 on Instagram. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. That was
for the girlies.
That was my culture for the girls with the sneakers. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wait, just the pictures with the sneakers, and you'd all be standing around and take a picture of
Yes.
Converse?
Yes. Yes.
Was that just me?
No, it wasn't. Shut up. Okay.
A few reasons.
No,
Number
it
one,
wasn't.
we get to feel good. We get to help someone else feel good. And we get to chip away at that money mindset that is true, that with more money, we can do more good.
Then why don't you?
Why don't you get your ass off the internet and do something good for once, Ray?
You know what I mean? Where is it? I'm waiting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because how is this helping?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have the money to do more than, pay for somebody's Starbucks. You know what I mean? And
Well,
that's
you should have.
probably, or you should, that's how you're portraying yourself to be.
Yeah.
You're portraying yourself to be somebody that has more money than to just do that. Maybe, you know what I mean?
Instead of going on all these trips with your family, maybe you can, help some people out.
He could probably still afford trips with his family and help people
But
out.
I see him going out a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the times I check on his story, he's like out at the river.
out on the boat.
Out on the boat.
Look
Or,
at this Michelin star restaurant.
Yeah, shit like that. I'm like, you don't have to do that all the time, babes. Like,
You can-
you can have a good time with your family without going to the river every fucking 2 weeks.
Mhm.
That's expensive.
Mhm.
And if you're claiming that you should be doing good things for people, then maybe do that. Maybe do that. Practice what you preach.
Perhaps it's
Because you're actually
what,
preaching now. So practice what you
Yeah.
preach, sir.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
like the other day when he said all of his lives are now sermons.
Yeah.
But he may be showing it so that he can write it off for tax. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm at the river and yeah, like I'm at the river, here I am, I'm doing some business while also with my family, and then he can say it was a business expense. So maybe that's what he's doing there.
That does make sense.
Mm.
Would not put it past him.
Like if he went to like a restaurant or whatever, he would take a picture on Wealth Wednesday and show that he left like with his Visa slip, like $100 tip or something like that. Every Wednesday, he'd like take a picture and like post it in Rank Makers. He'd be like, you don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to. It's not that you're bragging. It's not that you're saying, hey, everyone, look at me, how good I am. It's just that if you want to share that it's Wealth Wednesday, then you could hashtag it if you wanted to. And we all do it all over social.
Right.
But the Bible actually specifically says to do good, but don't tell anyone, don't brag about it.
Mhm.
Like because it should exist on its own. Like that is a pretty well-known Bible like aspect of the Bible, like your charity, because really you're using your ego it's about your giving, not about the person receiving.
Yep.
And that's what it should be.
Yep. And I can agree with that. That makes sense.
Someone says you too can become a successful thumb.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to say
I didn't
anything,
wanna
but he
say it.
kind of looks like the thumb people from
From
Spy Kids.
From
Do you
Spy
guys
Kids.
know?
If you've never
I
seen the
don't know
thumb,
that.
okay, look at
I
the
don't
thumb
look up
people from
thumb
Spy Kids.
No, there are literal thumb people
from
in
Spy Kids.
Spy Kids.
This is
Please,
like
this is
like
I'll find it. I'll find
like
it.
the
and I'll
late
show it on
stages
screen.
of millennial, late
Yeah.
Gen Z, like
okay.
it's walking thumb people. Okay,
I'm
I'll press
finding
play.
the photo.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
Whatever that looks like to you. And so I hope you do it.
No,
quick.
Gus found it. Gus found it. Gus found it. Gus found it. There it is. There it is.
Wait.
There it is.
Oh my
I mean, it's
God.
uncanny.
It's uncanny. It's uncanny.
It's uncanny.
That's
Uncanny.
him.
It's uncanny. Anyway, I don't know if I'd recommend the Spy Kids movies, but I think they're pretty fucking funny. They're pretty weird. They're pretty weird.
They're a goof and a gaff.
They're a goof and a
that's for
gaff.
sure.
It's truly like
a gaff,
early
yeah.
2000s cinema.
Like, imagine in the second one, there's a little girl that uses her pigtails like a helicopter blades, and she just flies.
She flies with her pigtails. It's so
Oh
funny.
I wanted to be her so bad.
Of course. I mean, she was Hannah Montana's best friend, and she had flying pigtails. Who did want to be her? You know.
Oh, good.
Or three short announcements before I get started on this.
Oh, damn it. Okay, I'm going to skip through a little bit because we know that these three short announcements. Oh, okay. This is where he's taking all his information from. This one's not ripped off from Pastor Allen.
Oh.
Oh, you got a book too, Julie. Let me pull something up.
Wait.
Let me pull
I got
this is my
something even
favorite
better.
piece of literature.
This is what I grabbed.
What have I got? I've got the only thing I can grab really quickly is the erotic tarot.
Ooh. I think Ray would like that one. Ray would like
Ray
that.
needs that in his life.
I think Ray would like that. I think he needs a little tarot, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Judy married Meghan Trainor. The one from Spy Kids, the little kid married Meghan Trainor. What?
They have 2 bathrooms, I think 2 toilets in one bathroom. They can apparently, maybe that's just like a rumor that I've heard and now I'm perpetuating it.
Bombastic side eye.
not spreading rumors about celebrities accidentally.
No.
If we get a fact like claim, it's my fault. Like I honestly.
Okay, fact check.
I'm just gonna go get a drink, but I'll be back in a minute. You
No
can
worries.
keep playing. I'll be back in a tick.
It's just gonna be some bullshit, so no worries.
Word salad central,
Yeah.
baby.
Also, thank you, chat. We appreciate you. Ray's about to rip off this book called Gospel, so let's hear that. Trigger warnings. There's going.
we wrote them down.
We wrote
Hold
them
on.
down
I
this
wrote them
time
down. I
because
don't
you know how
remember.
Ray is. Lots of spiritual manipulation here. He's gonna throw some. I don't know if there's too many Bible verses in this one. They do have 2 toilets. Tish was right. Okay, cool. 2 toilets. That was right.
Side eye to that.
And he does a lot of weird stuff with forgiveness. Like trying to shame you into forgiving people. So that's gonna happen.
Should we say that specifically?
There are mentions of child stuff, like bad stuff happening to you as a child. He literally says, and I quote, "Drop a 1 if you've been through some stuff as a kid."
So, if that's too much for you, we respect totally. If you need to drop out, do what you gotta do. If you could leave a little like, that would be cool, but no pressure.
That would be cool.
But yeah, this guy, he just sprinkles it in like it's nothing is the thing that really bothers me. It's not like he takes a second to really talk about it.
No.
He just
So
it's so weird.
yeah, so brace yourselves.
Brace yourselves.
All right, here we go.
Just has some very powerful questions. And you know what? Hold on one second. There was.
Oh God.
There is
He's
a
always
result
fiddling on his
to talk
phone.
about.
Always wasting time.
Yeah.
Like, dude, can you just get to the point, please?
All right. Got it.
Like, if this was what you were planning on reading for your video, you should have had it ready already.
But no, you got to go through your phone first. Nobody
Okay.
waits for a profit.
So, one thing that was very powerful for me to hear was that Adam and Eve's sin was actually idolatry. They put desire of gaining knowledge above God. Isn't that interesting?
This
You
is the fig leaf. He might say the fig leaf in this because this was written.
I think this is the fig leaf.
Oh, we
thing.
might get to the fig leaf.
Wait. He said
Fig
something about a
leaf.
fig leaf.
Fig leaf, fig. Oh, he says something
something.
pretty ridiculous about why they're naked, which makes me
Yeah,
laugh. It's
yeah.
like, you don't understand symbolism, do you, buddy boy?
No, he does not.
You did not pay attention in English class. Oh God. All my English teachers are screaming when they hear this. Okay.
Is that a doggy?
Doggy.
baby?
It is.
Hello, doggy.
She's getting
little dog to cleanse.
persistently humped by Wilbur, so she's a bit.
She's a little tired.
She's like, let me
She
get
is
away.
tired. Yeah.
She's like, let me not deal with this man right now.
Yeah. It's okay. It's girly pop
It's
time
girly
right
time.
now.
Girly time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And, one thing that I've always kind of been confused by is, well, okay, they gain knowledge and now they're aware that they're naked. Like, that's kind of strange.
Sorry.
Yeah, we laughed real hard the first time. Babes,
Please.
babes.
That's what you're focusing on?
That was your thought? You're like, wait, they're aware of the fact that they're no, they have been revealed to God. That's the naked part. Yes, they are naked. It doesn't matter if they're naked. They were revealed to God, and the nakedness is a symbol of the vulnerability. Whether you see this as a literal thing that happened in history or as a symbolic thing, the nakedness is symbolic of being revealed.
But also, being naked is not sexual.
No.
It doesn't matter if they were naked. Like,
Right. It's vulnerable is what it is. It's not inherently sexual.
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah.
vulnerable state, which is why, you know what I mean? It's a revealing and they wanted to cover themselves, but he doesn't fucking get it. Oh no. What does this have to do with MLM coaching, Higdon? He's gone way off the deep end. He's not a pastor or minister. Oh, he thinks he is.
Oh, he thinks he is. He is giving sermons now, and he is starting a ministry. Can't wait. Where's the photo? The Ray Higdon ministry thing.
Well, we
Do you
can
have that?
Tish can pull it up later.
No, you don't have to pull
no,
that. Sorry,
don't worry
I thought
about
we
it. We'll
pulled
do
that
it
up.
later. We'll do it later.
Yeah.
Because that's a pretty
Okay.
funny.
Maybe we could pull it up at the end.
At
Of
the
stream
end,
or
at the end.
something,
We'll laugh at it again.
because
Oh,
that
God.
was iconic.
That was
in a bad
iconic.
way.
Thank you. Okay.
But the reality is they were no longer clothed with God's acceptance.
Yeah.
That's why they tried to cover themselves with fig leaves.
Duh.
And for all of you,
He thinks that he's so profound.
Bruh, I understood this when I was a little kid.
This is why you don't start sermons and pastoring or whatever the fuck 4 months after becoming a Christian. Because all of the things that are oh so profound to you, like, buddy boy, this is basic. You are basic.
You are basic.
Sunday schoolers learn it. Come on now.
Like, come on, dude.
Oh,
You are not
God.
profound. You are not. This isn't groundbreaking.
Like, I feel like this is what I would sound like if I tried to explain crypto to someone. Like, it would sound
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Next we'll be saying, what about Noah and that ark? I mean, it must have been huge. I mean, did you see
That's
those
a
elephant
big
trucks?
Right.
Had a big old dump truck boat. No,
Oh my God.
Oh.
Pick'ems.
stickums.
humanity since, we've been trying to win acceptance. We've been trying to fill a God-sized wound with everything else. We've been trying to fill it with, sex or drugs or, significance. We've been trying to fill it with, money, whatever, right?
We're trying to
There's-
fill our God hole. Is that what he said?
Yes.
Or did I just say that?
No. He said it. He said it. Yep. We need it filled. Fill the hole.
If I may, a god hole could also be considered a
glory
glory hole. I'm sorry. So I have to fill my god-sized glory hole. Okay, Ray Higgy boy.
Mm.
That actually sounds like some advice from you that I'll take.
And you know how I do compare him to Jim Jones? Well, Jim Jones was found using a glory hole, and he got into some trouble with an undercover police officer. They ended up, I think they ended up dismissing those charges because they didn't really think about the undercover cop being like, it's like, he's a man. Men can't sexually assault each other. You know, it was that sort of a situation.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, but he did get in trouble for that. So interesting.
Hole. Filling hole. sorry. It's just hole.
Right? Can't be filled by anything but God.
Sorry, bruh. See, this is why you go to seminary. So that you don't sound like a freaking fool when you're talking about God, okay? Rule 1 of seminary: do not talk about filling God holes. 2.
And so, but what is, if they committed idolatry, well, what is that? What does that mean? Well, Exodus 20:1-5, God says that an idol is something that we bow down to, which means it commands our obedience. It's something that we serve, which means we pursue it because we feel like we couldn't live without it. As such, it controls our emotions.
Wow, Ray, I didn't know that. Like, wow.
I thought it was God's butt as well. But God, that's
But
I was
God?
there.
Yeah.
But God.
I'm right there with you guys.
We're there. Oh man.
I think I just need something. I need some bigger horns. Sorry.
That was a reveal.
That was a reveal for the gods. Are you kidding
That
me?
was a reveal. I
you
love that.
really said, let me just... Mother!
I love that.
I love that.
Mm-mm.
Oh my god.
Iconic.
Oh, that threw me off guard. I don't even know what he was talking about because that was so iconic.
Oh, we gotta get back to it.
We're terrified of the prospect of not obtaining it. And finally, it is something we love more than God. And if possessing something brings us more joy than God does, it has become an idol.
Now remember that, okay? Now let's all remember that. Okay? Because he said God. He did not say recruiting to God. He said God. Your relationship with God. God. Okay? Now let's keep going. Sorry, I just had to make that clear.
Okay.
He's about to fuck that up in a second.
And something that John Calvin says is the human heart is an idol factory, constantly latching God-like weight onto created things. Woo. That's pretty hard hitting. Drop a 1 if that was hard hitting for you.
What does that mean, though, Ray? What the fuck does that mean?
He doesn't
Who's
explain
John Calvin?
shit.
I don't know who John Calvin is. I'm like, whoa, but it seems to me like it's just he's quoting something out of the Bible and then something else, another source, and it's just like together.
Probably the author of the book, maybe.
I think he's no. He's a famous philosopher.
Oh, okay.
He's the originator of Calvinism.
that guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy in history. So he was just like, let me find something. Okay, I don't have to explain that. I could just be like, whoa, that's deep.
Wow, how profound.
Like, okay, dude.
Like,
Congrats.
dude.
I can do that too, you know?
He doesn't explain anything. He just says stuff that other people have said and was just like, wasn't that hard hitting, guys? Drop a 1 if that was hard hitting. Like, you're not doing anything here.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what he said. and
No, same.
I know people that are listening to him that are in multi-level marketing and looking up to him because they're also similar faith or something. They're probably just hanging on his every word and they're confused, but they're like looking to make it make sense to them and finding any concept that they can tie it into not only like their belief in multi-level marketing, but now their faith.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the piece I forgot. So Calvinism formed the idea of predestination for Christian people. So it says Christmas, but she meant Christians.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So he's a
Okay,
pretty
cool.
famous historical figure. He came up with a lot of stuff that stuck
Who's,
around.
which one was that? Sorry, my
That was Calvin. He formed
okay,
Calvinism,
yeah.
and it had a lot to do with
Yeah.
like predestination.
You guys can keep going. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. But yeah, don't worry about me.
To hear it in that way. So I think most people, they think idolatry of, I don't got any shrines in my house. I don't got, I don't got a something that I sacrifice, animals to. What are you talking about, man? But if you identify it like that, then that's a little different.
Most of us know that it doesn't have anything to do with fucking slaughtering animals anymore, Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Most
And the way that he's talking about it, like we do idolize certain things. Like if you have a phone, you're that's an idolatry. Like you have idols on your phone that you value above Jesus. Like even just a mirror, like almost. That it's like yeah. And what Hollyhock said, I think he is muddying the definition of idolatry. What a surprise, Ray! Reimagining the definition of a word. Like, it's
Never
cult tactic.
Never
cult
seen him do
tactic.
that. Oh my god. Julie, not gonna lie, I'm almost missing screaming Ray Ray.
You need to show up until.
Yeah, if you haven't seen
my word.
if you haven't seen Julie's most recent video, Ray thinks he's a big old tough guy and he tries to scare
Was that
number
on
5.
Day 2?
Day 5. Day 5.
Day 5. I could not believe it, and I am familiar with him.
Yeah.
Did you remember it, Julie? Did you
I didn't.
remember him doing that?
It's so
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
crazy.
I don't like he did that all the time. Like, and it was so normal that I didn't remember that specific one. And I remember even when he did, I thought that this was such powerful coaching. And there was a rank maker that had left a comment on one of my stories. And she was like, I remember thinking that this was wrong, but there was long-term like standing members of rank makers that were like, yes, Ray, like this is so amazing. So then she was like, oh, there must be something wrong with me because everybody else is saying that this is good. And I'm like, I was one of those people. I didn't even see it. It was such like baseline behavior that I'm looking back at it. I'm like, I'm thinking of all the other times that this has happened. It's starting to like open up now. I didn't remember it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And like Lisa said, it's terrible when something like that becomes normal. Because that's and especially like nobody should be spoken to like this ever. I just want to put that out there.
No.
Okay. And I'm not but especially the way that he knows he's talking to a bunch of women.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that very clearly. And so the fact that he's so willing to intimidate a bunch of women like that, it's gross. And I'm not saying, oh, women aren't, you need to talk to women like we're little flowers or something like that. But there is this element of some men really know that they can shut us up because they can be dangerous. And so they can puff out their chest and they can speak a little too loud and we'll be quiet. And that's not okay. And I think Ray fucking knows what he was doing when he fucking did that shit.
And he's already prepared everyone because he's making sure to bring up your trauma and abuse before he does that kind of thing. Everybody in there, it's like he's finding out. And so that's always there. And then he uses that to like control you. This sounds so stupid, but it is. Because I look back at that and I'm like, how did I not see this? like I'm just blown away that I didn't see. It is like night and day. Like the light is gone on and off. I'm like, it's so like you think you know your mind. Where was my mind for 5 years? Like
Do you think oh sorry.
no,
Do you
that's
think
okay.
that it was a little bit of PTSD where your own brain is protecting you in a way, and
Maybe.
this is how you're able to sort of process it now to go like to look at it from the outside? I mean, like what's your perspective?
I don't know. Honestly, like looking back at this 14-day challenge thing, I'm just like, I need to get back into therapy because this is just like I'm just a year and a few months, about a year and a half out, and I was like, I had no idea it was this bad. I knew it was bad. I started speaking out. I thought I had it figured out. Like this, the hell. And there's more. Like as I'm going through it, that's day 5.
Yeah.
There's other stuff I'm just like, I can't even believe I keep saying that. So maybe it is Tish. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that makes sense. It's a coping mechanism because you're already there, you know, and you don't want to leave like the group, the ritual, the friendships. You don't want to be proven wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's just all of these things that are tied up in it. So it's probably a protective coping mechanism. And I'm just, you know, there's a reason that there's that phrase, hindsight is 2020. You know what I mean? Like it's true for everybody, you know, like even in these situations where it seems like it should be so obvious, it's really not, you know. Back to this asshole.
It's a little different. And Haley, the link to the faith group is higdongroup.com/faith. Okay. So,
because of course you're always plugging every day. I'm plugging, you know, like,
it's something.
Oh man, I didn't see this. I saw him say that other Christians just stare at him when he tries to tell them this stuff. I can imagine like showing up to a bunch of pastors and trying to talk to them and they're like, dude, you clearly, what seminary did you go to?
I know. Ugh, and he would be so confident, I bet too. Watch my sermon.
Oh yeah.
I'm a confident guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. I'm sorry. He needs to learn a little humility because that's a big Christian value. And he talks about how he used to be arrogant in this video, which I think is pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah. You know when he says he stopped being arrogant? When he lost everything in real estate.
Oh no!
What?
That was when he was $1 million in debt, sleeping on his buddy's couch and going into personal foreclosure, and his wife was paying his bills.
Oh, you know how we were just reading the titles? Dead broke, in foreclosure, divorced, depressed. And then he gets up on the stage and he's like, obstacles do not block the path. They are your path.
Oh my God.
What a fucking dick.
Ew.
What a fucking dick. This fucking guy.
Mm-hmm.
We pursue because we feel like we couldn't live without it. We're terrified of the prospect of not obtaining it.
Hey, Ray, we heard you. We heard you the first time. You don't need to repeat it. We're not babies. We heard you. Okay?
How many things fit in that category? Let's be honest. And if possessing something brings us more joy than God does, it's become an idol.
Yeah, we heard you.
And so that's a big deal. Now, one thing to point out.
That's your analysis? That's a big deal.
That's a big deal, period. Freedom of mind! Great book. Read it all. Oh, Hollyhock. Sorry.
What's that thing that Ray does? Oh, invest, learn, teach. That's what he's doing with this book.
Yep.
Right here.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep, you got it. Groupthink can protect you from confronting ideas that don't fall in line with the group. It's like once an idea is in a box, you stop thinking of it as anything but that box. That's a good description. Thank you, Holly.
Yeah. These are great comments.
Yeah. You're all amazing. Thank you. Yeah.
And you've probably heard this, right? That works aren't what gets you to the kingdom, right?
Oh,
Works
really?
aren't what saves you.
Oh,
okay?
really?
You are saved when you do a couple very simple things, actually, but you got to do it with your heart. You got to truly believe it with all your heart. And that is, you have to, confess your sins, right? You have to admit that, hey, I haven't been perfect over here. You have to believe that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, and you have to believe that God resurrected him from the dead. And when you have true faith in that, you realize, it hit me yesterday.
And again, this is all from the Christian perspective. If you do not have that kind of faith, that's fine. If you are Jewish and you don't believe that Jesus was the Messiah, also fine. If you think that Jesus was just a prophet like you're Muslim, also fine, okay? I just want to make that very clear. I do not want to let this go by and let everybody think that we're just kind of letting him speak as though this is, you know what I mean? He's kind of just talking as though, like, this is just it for everybody. It's like,
Yeah.
I feel this from Dave. There's a bit going around of Ivanka Trump trying to insert herself in combos with world leaders. That's Ray Ray. Yeah, can we just say, fuck Trump? There you go.
Cheers to that.
Fuck
Hold on.
Trump.
I need something to cheers.
Agreed.
And anybody that is like Ray is not, he hasn't converted to shit. This is an act. This is a grip.
Yeah.
It is an insult if you are a person of faith, or it's like he's being manipulated. So that's what's going on.
Yep. Yeah. And like what Retro said, so are you going to admit and confess that you've screwed over multitudes and that you and your wife have manipulated people, allegedly, in my opinion? Yeah.
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 Like,
You
what
should
about
be.
that?
What about that? You know,
What about all that?
you're so saved.
I'm like, not
Prove
only
it,
did
dude.
God send his son to go through all of that and die, which is grace because we didn't deserve it, clearly. I mean, if we did deserve it, then that never would have happened to Jesus, right? But we did deserve it. And
Oh my God.
So that's another shame thing. It's like, oh, you're just a freaking little bitch. You're such a little bitch.
Such a little sinner.
You're such a little bitch. It's like, was that the point?
Man, Ray wishes he was the one to make me break down in the shower at 14 because I was such a big sinner. He wishes he did that to me.
He wishes. Ugh.
I really did that. Here I am with the devil ears, and we've come a long way. But
Come a long way.
Some
I'm
people
glad
are
you're
good at
here.
manipulation.
I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Because you
Yeah.
helped me. You
Yeah.
even knew me. And
Christian guilt is one that they use, hey?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's big.
It's awful.
it's really big, and like
Mm.
there's
Yeah,
some great
but that's
Christians out there. Don't get me wrong. There's some wonderful
Yeah.
Christians out there. But if you're
Yeah.
using your faith to shame people, that's where I have a problem.
he's got the sign of gratitude behind him, and then the
Yeah.
picture of Jesus. He has lined this up.
Yep.
So before he's
Yeah.
on, he's like made sure, oh no, I got to make sure that when I bend down, you can see the full frame. Like, this is all calculated.
I did
Yeah.
not see that photo of Jesus. That is creepy as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he's
it's kind of
Oh my
like
god, I liked in
what
that.
was there? Time, money, right below Jesus.
Oh, there's his book. There's his
Oh
book.
my
Oh, you see
God.
that lion? He's so powerful, guys. He's like lion.
Oh, he's like
lion.
also from here. Jesus looks white.
He's white.
So
White Jesus, yeah.
yeah.
But he also has a bit of a smolder on too, like
I know this is like
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
sexy Jesus.
Shut up.
Like,
Okay.
why is the lighting so like brooding?
It is very brooding. You're
I'm
right.
sorry. I'm
You're right.
sorry.
You're right. It's true. It's true.
but the second thing that hit me was, not only was that grace, and not only was that amazing, but he also gave us the Holy Spirit. Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's amazing. That's incredible.
No, keep going. You
The
have to show.
amount of grace. And if you want,
Okay, he doesn't explain that at all. Did you guys catch that? He gave us the Holy Spirit. Isn't that just ridiculous? Isn't that amazing? Next paragraph. What?
So, did we not have the Holy Spirit prior to the Jesus?
Sorry, I never really got the whole Holy Spirit thing and how it was different, but he has some explaining to do. He just put some big bold claims out there and just leaves it. Cuz he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, that's all it takes. Do you not get it, Ray? Do you not get what you're saying? Cuz that's what it feels like. Feels like you don't get what you're saying when you don't explain shit.
I think that's it.
I want to see how many times that we as people have just blatantly not had a reverence for God. Just read Judges, and Judges reads like a Marvel comic. I mean, it's amazing. It's better than any Marvel comic you'll ever read.
Okay, first of all, I don't think you've even read Judges, and second of all, I don't even think you've read a Marvel comic. Also, he's about to say it's amazing, and then he's about to describe Judges, how people kept going back into slavery. That's amazing to you?
That reads like a Marvel comic?
Because I'm sorry,
And
that's not fun to me.
No.
I'm not here for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think it's boring, okay? But it feels like
Right.
he's mentioning I'm getting the millennials in. I'm going to mention a Marvel movie.
I'm going to try to sound hip.
Yes.
Let me do the Millie Rock, maybe,
Hit the greedy.
Oh my
Hit the
god.
greedy.
Oh god. His favorite Marvel character is God. Introducing Jesus to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
God.
I mean, he can walk on water. He can multiply fish. Like, dude,
he can make water into wine.
He can go up against the best of them. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
And Judges
if
just
you
incredible.
Get hungry, body of Christ.
Yeah, you can eat him.
You can literally eat him.
But you don't have to eat him. He can make fish first, dude. You can eat him.
Push comes to shove.
Push comes to shove. You can
eat
eat him.
Of how many times people were saved, and then they started idolizing again, and then they went back into slavery, and then they idolized again.
Okay, so now he's saying that because they idolized the wrong thing, they went into slavery.
That's why they went into slavery. Is that what you're saying? That's the only reason? That's the big one.
I feel like we're missing some historical context.
There's definitely some pieces of that puzzle that are missing that would definitely explain a lot more than what you're trying to explain right now.
Not the disgusted girl in the car seat.
And I read that really quickly, and I thought Mia had said that Ray is the little girl in the car seat, and I'm like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, vibes.
And so it's just wild. And so the question is, what are you putting godlike weight toward in your life? What is just crushing your soul? What is that thing that you just have to have? What really rattles you?
I mean, he keeps posting about how expensive his house is. So why don't you give that up and go live somewhere cheap? Why don't you go live in an apartment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you
not even an apartment, a one-story house.
No. This bitch gets an apartment, okay? He gets a little sad, dinky apartment so that he can pray to Jesus in that apartment.
How many kids does he have, though? He's got to have room for the kids.
The kids can fit in an apartment.
Okay, just
Yeah.
making sure.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know how big of an apartment you're talking. I don't know how many kids he's got. I'm just making sure these kids are safe. I don't want these kids to suffer because of their father.
I'm just saying, he's like, because he will post that like, oh, me laughing when people say you can't make money in network marketing from my $1.5 million house. And he'll be like laughing around it and posting it. It's like, oh yeah, that's very Jesus-like of you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's
Sure.
not enough
You seem
room
so
for her. There's not enough room for his daughter to roller skate in Rasta wigs in an apartment.
True.
So
Yeah, on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Yeah. Yeah. No respect.
No respect. Oh my god.
Is it money problems? Is it acceptance problems? Is it loyalty from others? Is it significance? Is it success? Is it being seen?
Those are all things I feel like he struggles with.
Yeah, agree.
I think you're projecting, Ray. I think you're doing a lot of projecting right now, and you should go to a therapist. And I say that with all due respect. I don't say a lot of I don't say a lot of things to Ray with respect, but when I say go to a therapist, I mean that respectfully. I don't mean that in like a lock him up. Like, no, he needs help, and I mean that genuinely.
the way he trauma dumps, absolutely.
Nope.
He what he shares, if it's true, he needs therapy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
hmm
And even if it's not, he needs therapy, because then that's somebody who lies without thinking all the time, and that will destroy every relationship you have. Some people do it without thinking. It's a clinical thing, and that's why you need help, you know?
Yeah.
What's the number one thing you hope for in your future? What is that number one thing?
Remember, everybody, he said earlier, you can't put anything above God, right? All right. Now let's
Your
hear.
relationship with God has to be number one, in his opinion.
Now let's hear his big thing.
And I can tell you, especially after experiencing it, after given that altar call in California, the number one thing I hope for, the number one thing is to bring more people to God. That's my number one thing that I hope for.
He doesn't give a shit about his relationship to God.
No.
That's not the point.
This is recruiting.
Yep.
Recruiting. He's already talked about making a video about, like, oh, if you were to send a video to someone and then they could come to Jesus. He said that in the reverse top earner blueprint that he made like however many months ago. So that's this. He's done. He's brought 20 people. So this is like going to add to his stats.
Yeah. Do you know, I can't unsee on the screen, because of the background, it looks like Ray's wearing a little hat. That's a triangle.
He's wearing a party hat! Yay! He's a little clown with a little party hat. Yay! It's a pyramid!
Oh, that's iconic.
Oh,
Tish, thank you for pointing
Thank
that
you,
out.
Tish.
Well done, Tish.
Thank
Well
you, Tish.
done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
3 cheers.
Staring at it for the last 5 minutes, like,
he's got a little hat on.
It's a little hat.
You know, like in Dance Moms, I can't take her seriously while she's wearing that hat.
Not Dance Moms, okay. Also, I should have said this earlier, but if there's ever a point where you want me to pause, just like flag me down, yell at me, no worries. Yeah, hopefully I've been doing okay, but yeah.
And that's the number one thing that I'm working toward. And of course I do have other goals, but there's nothing above that. And I'm not saying that because it's the right thing to do. I'm saying it because that's what I want to do.
because it's not the right thing to do.
No. You know how many times Jesus talked about recruiting people into Christianity? He didn't. According to my therapist, I could be wrong. Let me know. But according to my therapist, who is a Christian, that was not the gag. That was not the gag. Also, number one thing is bringing people to God. Oh, have I mentioned my real estate scam? I mean, deal.
That's right.
So I can't remember either, but did Jesus try to convert people? I don't think he did he? Is that part of the story?
I don't think so. And I think that's what my therapist was trying to tell me. You know what I mean? That wasn't the gag. You know what I mean? He went to people and was kind and helped them out. And then they decided to follow him.
He wasn't doing it with the intention of having people follow him, as far as I'm aware.
No, Jesus was Jewish, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, all the Jewish people killed him.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, if this is inaccurate, I just forget.
No, that was the Roman.
It was like the Romans.
Like
it was like
it
the.
was
It was Pilate. It was Pilate. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like
That's his
the.
Mhm.
Barabbas.
People in power at
Yes.
the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Barabbas. Barabbas was the name of one of the thieves who was also getting crucified. So
Oh.
I know that.
Biblical trivia.
Let's go.
See, I would pound down some biblical trivia. I'm sorry. I would do the Jedediah, Ezekiel, I got you. You have nothing on me. No, I'm kidding.
Gotta read the Bible.
And you will know that you are saved when you want to do those types of things, when you want to do the works, when you want to be kind, right?
So Ray is saved.
It's not you.
Because he wants to do it. Like he's just saying, this is what I want to do, and you'll be saved when you do this. Well, he already wants to do it, so he's saved, obviously.
Mm.
So he's better than everybody. He's higher. He's
Yep.
more holy.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that's another thing. He said, like, oh, you won't feel ill will towards anybody else. You know what I mean? So now he's creating all of these almost barriers, like, oh, you're not saved enough if you don't do this, if you don't do this, if you don't do this. I mean, he also said that about, like, oh, if you're not getting spiritual attacks, it doesn't mean that, it means that God doesn't have anything huge in store for you. Right?
Yeah.
He's creating all these barriers to be like a real Christian, to have the real,
Because then he wants you to go to his sermons to find out how to be a real Christian and be saved.
Yeah, I think Holly's
That's
right
my
about
opinion,
this. I think Paul was more of the missionary, not Jesus. Jesus, I think what Lushy said, this is my understanding too, that he also hung out with non-believers intentionally. Could be wrong, but like outcasts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, that was his thing.
That too. Like,
Mhm.
wasn't he like cool with like the people in like the brothel and stuff?
And like the lepers, and you know what I
He
mean?
was
Like
cool
he would
with
do
all
it.
those
You know?
people.
Yeah.
Doing the works for salvation. It's doing the works from salvation.
So if you're not feeling about doing work, sorry, you're not saved, are you? You don't have that motivation in your heart? Oh, well, Christ didn't touch it yet, did it?
Can I okay, this might be triggering for anyone that was in Mary Kay, so if you were in Mary Kay, just please like tap out for a second. I've got that Jesus Christ enthusiasm deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart.
Oh,
I've got that
Julie,
Jesus
you
Christ
haven't heard that?
enthusiasm deep in my heart.
What the fuck is that?
I've got that Mary Kay enthusiasm deep in my heart. That's their song.
That's
their
your song.
Deep in my heart. I've got that Mary Kay enthusiasm deep in my heart.
Yay, yay, yay.
They were singing it at a conference. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, that's what Ray wants people to be doing. Like, he wants, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my
Julie,
God, I hate it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mary
Julie,
Kay is one
you've
of the
got your
worst.
own version of it. Julie, you've got your own version of it. The Monat song.
Oh,
It
yeah.
slaps.
Here we are.
Yeah, we are.
Modern nature.
Oh, we're all learning today. You didn't know about the Monet song?
This is a beautiful life. This is a beautiful day.
Oh
We
my
are modern nature. It's so bad.
Oh, excuse. See, at least Mary Kay's was kind of a banger. All right, I can get that shit. I can get that shit stuck in my head. That Monet one, I lost it. I don't know any of those words.
She's lost me.
I don't know how.
She lost me.
I don't know how you guys learned the words. Okay.
Oh
You can
my
use
God.
the Monat song. I'm pretty sure you can use the Monat song on TikTok.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
and
pretty sure it's on
Instagram.
TikTok. Yeah.
And they have
Oh,
multiple
and
versions
Instagram.
on Instagram.
I should use it as a sound and make like an anti-MLM reel to that song.
We are real.
Oh! Let's do it.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Do it. Do it. We'll join the Pantheon. No, I'm kidding. Oh. Oh, I guess it's also a little Christian camp song too, so it's not just Mary Kay that
yeah.
does
Wait,
it.
so they ripped off a Christian camp song? Oh,
We
they didn't
don't-
even think of it themselves?
We don't know because they are a very Christian company,
are
so it
very
could could just be a pretty famous little tune that people just kind of put whatever they want on it.
I guess.
You know what I mean? Because it's a very simple da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you know what I mean? I feel like you can just kind of throw something down, you know? I could be wrong. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
Oh, it says, I've got the peace that passes understanding down in my heart to stay. Okay, well, at least it has some lyrics, bro.
At least there's like,
I'm down to clown.
yeah.
That's
There's a little zest, a little zeal.
little zest.
That's something I've covered, last.
Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, DC, this was a costume change. So,
The horns were shorter, and then she was like, "Oh, I think it's time for my." It was incredible.
It was amazing.
It was incredible. I'm gonna do a quick bathroom break, so I'm just gonna shimmy down.
Okay.
No, last time you did that, you unplugged the computer.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, okay. You can keep listening though. Okay.
In the last week. So what's the number one thing you most worry about losing? Is it your
Money?
self-image? Is it investments? Is it respect from your kids? Is it
I would be afraid of losing respect for my kids. Let me just say that before I walk away. I would be if I was a parent. I think that's a really valid thing to be afraid of. Okay.
yeah. Absolutely.
Oh,
Hang
I'm not
on.
playing.
Are we
Sorry.
pressing play? Can I press play? Oh no, you're right. Okay.
All right. Hello. Are we ready for me
Hello.
to press play?
Yes.
Sorry. Had to step out for a sec. Because last time we
okay.
did that, Val literally unplugged the computer on accident. So, yeah. All right.
Influence. What's the number one thing you most worry about losing?
Cheese. I'm worried about losing my cheese.
Fair
You
enough.
know, I'm worried about losing my marbles. Like, metaphorically, I'm worried about losing my marbles. You know, I think that's pretty valid. What else am I worried of losing?
I'd be worried if I lost my antidepressants. That'd be concerning for me if I lost them.
You know, honestly, you don't need to worry when you're in multi-level marketing because worry doesn't achieve anything. To like toxic positivity, that worry right out the back door.
Yeah, you're worrying. That's not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to get you anywhere. You need to have that money mindset.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Because
god.
you have to
Exactly right.
manifest it. You can't say anything negative either because you manifest everything you say. So you have to be positive, you know, positive.
All the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. These bitches would hate me after I lose my vape. It's getting better though. Shout out. Shout out. Just letting you know. We're doing better with that. So
Yay.
cool. All right. Oh.
This is a big one. This is a really, very, very big one. Who can't you forgive?
Oh, this is where he gets into the really weird forgiveness bullshit that almost gets into victim, like, it just feels it like when I heard it, it felt victim blaming. Maybe that was just me, but it's just like, oh, if you haven't forgiven them, you're the problem. And it's just like, that's just how I felt about it. Maybe that was just me, but I'm just warning you, this it's really gross. So be prepared. Yeah.
Who are you unable to forgive? The person that we're unable to forgive, it's often because we feel they took something from us that we cannot be happy without. That's a deep one. It's a deep one.
I don't even know if I want to talk on this because I'd have to give some trigger warnings. But I can think of a few things where like, yeah, someone took something away from you that you can't get back. And I don't think I need to fucking forgive them for that, sir.
Yeah.
No.
And maybe he didn't think about that. But you're giving a goddamn sermon. You have to think about it, little bitch boy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
this
no.
man makes me mad.
It's
Absolutely valid feelings.
Yeah, like
And that's it.
Oh, go ahead. Like, all I'll say is I have the Medusa tattoo. I don't need to fucking forgive anybody for anything that they fucking did.
Oh, we're here.
We're here. We're here.
Give me a second. Let me
Yeah.
stretch before I come
Okay.
back.
All right.
God.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It smacks of you know, you hurt people, and it's like, no, you're a dick. Like you deserve what you're getting, and we don't have to forgive people. You don't have to forgive people.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
can
like
hold a
toxic
grudge.
positivity. Sorry,
It really is. It really is. It's like, oh, you have some negative feelings towards someone in your life. Well, that's your problem. You need to fix that. Not, oh, someone did something negative towards me. I need to grow and learn and figure out how to be okay with this eventually. It's like, oh no, you just need to forgive them and move on. That's not how it fucking works, dude. That is not how it works. No. Mm-mm. Anyway. All right. Let's continue.
If you're able to forgive others, then this doesn't mean that you're accepting their behavior or saying that, you know, hey, their behavior was, you know, quite fine. It's righty-roo, right? That's not what you're saying. But for you to forgive them, that way you can be forgiven for anything that you've done.
Y'all caught that?
Did you get? you have to forgive other people for what they did to you to be forgiven in the eyes of Jesus. Let's just sit on that for a sec.
Here you go. Thank you. Hello. I'm back.
I hate this shit of the victim blaming. Like they all
Yep.
have to do it, you know,
Yep.
and then they'll use it in multi-level marketing and saying you aren't succeeding because you haven't forgiven yourself. It's all
Yes.
down to that. Oh,
Yep. And that's something Julie said on the last time we talked about Ray. She said that he's done this before. And he said you have to forgive people in your past. And then it almost kind of sends you into a spiral. You're like, who do I need to forgive? Who did I not forget?
It's just so gross.
And to tie it to your salvation
Yeah.
is a totally different ballgame.
yeah.
Totally different ballgame.
Yeah.
It's
Like, not only is just the notion of having to forgive everyone that's done you wrong just fucked up, but adding that on to, oh, you have to do that to be saved. What the fuck? Also, coming from someone that has gone through shit, I'm very surprised to hear this. Because he's open
Yeah.
about what he's gone through. You know what I mean? You really like, how are you okay with this?
You know what I think this is? I think I see him doing the exact same thing that he's done to Rank Makers, which is to create confusion and a dependency on him in order to then what he's going to sell, which is like salvation, or there's going to be tithing to his church. And he has like the gravitas of white Jesus and gratitude behind him.
Yep.
And it's going to be all mixed up. So you're not going to know which end is up, but it's going to sound good. And there's something wrong with you. Oh, that's why there's something wrong with my mindset. There's something someone I haven't forgiven. In order to be forgiven, I need to tune into the next Ray Daily and forgive someone. Oh, this is so dark. I don't know religion and faith like you.
Yeah.
But I see this playing out the same way.
Yeah.
He also said the last thing I watched of him, he said something along the lines of, I'm so thankful I was abused as a child. And it's like,
He's going to say
because
that in this.
Oh, he says that in this. Just don't. Oh, if we didn't give the trigger warning for that, then here it is. He says something
that's
exactly
so
like that in
funny.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because then it's basically telling people you should be grateful.
You should be glad that God chose you to go through that experience.
Hey, no the fuck I don't have to be. No one should have to be. That's
and
disgusting.
He said this story in Rank Makers before too about that, like he's thankful that he went for the abuse. Like, I'm not thankful, but I'm thankful because it made me into who I am today. So
Yep.
he has a whole story that he's
Yep.
now repurposing for this.
Yep.
Yeah, but now he's just like, oh, God put me through that
Yes.
so that I could get closer to him
Yes.
and get closer to other people and things like
Yes.
that. Now it's, oh, God put me through that.
Yep.
You're saying
Yep.
that's a no from me.
Nobody
dog.
should be grateful for that.
No one should be grateful for any of the terrible shit that they went through.
Because then that says other
No.
people should be grateful for that.
Yeah,
No, absolutely not.
absolutely not.
And about maybe a month or so ago, I was
Oh,
at
here it
lunch
is.
with some friends.
It's
and
here, everybody. If you don't want to hear something about child abuse, maybe it's time to walk off. We appreciate you. Follow everybody here. You're awesome. Have a great day. Fuck me in the ass. Let's keep going. God.
and there were a couple pastors there. And I was sharing, I don't know how it came, I don't remember how it came up, but I started, I shared a little bit about some of the abuse I went through as a kid. And, hey, you don't have to get into the details, but drop a one if you went through some stuff as a kid.
Oh, fuck. You know what? We heard this shit in Rank Makers. This is so stupid. This is a tactic. This is a ploy. We've heard all his abuse stories, and he is using this. He's using it. So I don't know how it came up. He can't stop talking about it. It is part of his spiel. So I just want to call that out too, because this is so gross manipulation. He does this with his best friend's death as well. He's used it to sell courses. It's so disgusting.
the trauma bonding, that's what it is. It's like trying to bond, like we've all been through this trauma. So here's my community, and that's disgusting.
Yep.
Mhm.
And he's also doing it over time, because something about trauma
Mm.
bonding is it's not just like a one-time kind of event. You know, that is
Mhm.
it's a little bit more there's like it's a constant form of, you know what I mean? Like it's almost like that you and that person are bonded through the trauma, and it
Yeah.
happens constantly. And that is what it's like in the Rank Makers group. You're there often. You're there all the time, and you're consistently being put through the ringer of the high and the lows of the emotion. You know?
Mm.
So I know that, you know, trauma bonding, I know it's, you know, people have used it in not necessarily correct ways before, but I don't see how it could not be used here, as it is a repetitive thing to try to get people to bring up their own trauma and to also listen to other people's trauma, and they're almost going through trauma because like this is also horrible.
Yeah.
And he always beats you. He has more money than you. His trauma is worse than yours.
Worse.
There
Mm.
is no arguing with him. He can forgive. That means you can forgive, because you know that he'll always one up you too. This is so
Yeah.
gross.
Mm.
It's so
Yeah,
gross.
like
I
you'll
feel like-
never go through what Ray went through.
Yeah.
Right.
That kind of
No.
thing.
And if you're broke right now, he was probably broker. If you're
Yeah.
sad, he was probably sadder. If you're depressed, he was probably more depressed. Get over it. It's all no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, sure. A white cis het man is gonna be like, yeah, of a high class. Oh, life is so hard for you. As if. You know.
Yep.
Tiny violins for you, sir.
Tiny violin.
You know, I'm the majority, not the minority. There's more people that go through
Yeah.
some, you know, trauma, go through some abuse as a kid than not.
Same thing he said in Rank
Source?
Makers since 2017. He's probably been saying the same thing before that too. So this is just grosser, even grosser.
Source?
I just don't feel like that's true.
Source? I know. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's not a thing you can just say. Like, is there like studies that are saying like, hey, a lot of people have, in your words, been through things as kids? Because I don't really want to say anything else because I don't want to. I just feel uncomfortable talking about that. Why are we talking about this, Ray? What does
Yeah.
this have to do with our Lord and Savior?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Demi says
Sorry.
trauma's not a competition. It's so gross when people treat it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's Ray's bread and butter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I guess another thing to be clear, it's more to describe the relationship between the abuser and the victim, not necessarily the two victims. So it's not necessarily like a trauma bond is being formed with everybody kind of going through the same thing. Even though I do see some like kind of toxic bonds being formed there, the real trauma bond is Ray with every individual rank maker,
Yes.
dropping that
Mhm.
one. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Saying what their trauma is, even if they're willing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I'm sure that some people are gonna drop more than a one.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, you know? So yeah, I just want to point that out too. Thank you, Lushy.
And when I shared, the guy next to me, very kind, you know, very kindly said, "Oh man, I'm so sorry that you went through that, man. I'm so sorry about that." And I realized that that's a normal reaction, right? And I said, "Oh no, hey, it was one of the greatest things that happened to me."
Ew.
This is practiced. He has said this for years to
He
effect.
absolutely has. Yeah.
And this is
Yep.
even worse because now it's like with religion. So it's just even, it hits harder for people. So that shock, like you were saying, shock and sell, Tish, earlier, this is it. But this is even, he has no boundaries. This man will go as far as he can go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even just like he has, I don't even believe the story. Like no one normalizes, like that abuse was wrong. Little kids know. Like they don't know what sex is, but they very much recognize sexual abuse. They
Yeah.
know that whatever's happening, it's not right,
Yeah.
Like they know that. So it's not right, Ray. This is just your bullshit story to puff your chest up and say, "Oh, I'm tough. I survived that. This is it's my strength, not my weakness." And
Yep.
it's like, fuck off. Fuck all the way off.
Yep. And I agree with Lizzie here. It's something that he can use later to manipulate. If he sees somebody drop a one, he can remember that and then it can come up later.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Rutro has heard him say this in another video. So we
Yeah,
have
same.
more
Same.
corroboration that this is practiced and that this has happened. And it's going to keep happening if more and more people don't stop it and more people don't leave. And everybody, please take care of yourselves. If you have to drop out, if you need to do something while you are watching so that you can kind of get the emotions out, please take care of yourselves. You are the most important thing.
Because it put me in different rooms. It allowed me to speak to people that otherwise I couldn't relate with, and they couldn't relate with me. So back around Christmas, I was
I think this next story is totally fake too.
Yeah.
This next story is totally fake.
went
Yeah,
and I
they
talked to
also-
a group
hang on, the other
of
thing.
Sorry.
See, he's
Culberson is here.
insinuating.
Sorry.
Hello.
Michelle
Hi.
Culberson is here. So she was
Okay.
there we go. Yeah.
Hello. I'm sorry you won Ray's reality show, but you're awesome.
No.
You're awesome.
I
You're a
know.
winner. You're a winner of lots of other things, man.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
left.
Shout out
Yeah.
to you.
Sorry, Tish. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, God damn it. Something about abuse. What was it? People who help out abuse victims don't have to be abused to help out. It's like drug counselors and things like that.
Mhm.
It's like, no, you don't have to go through it to be able to help and treat people who are going through it.
Yeah.
You know, like doctors don't have to have COVID to treat COVID. Like,
Right.
it's so stupid.
Right.
And that's what he's saying. Like, you can't do this unless you've been through this abuse. And it's like, actually, you
Mhm.
can't do it unless you're a qualified counselor. You know, like,
Yeah.
there's other things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And he's saying, "Oh, we're going to use this to help people." You're not going to use it to help people. You're going to use it to
Manipulate people into buying your shit.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not gonna how you have no ability to help them through it. You clearly have not even healed through it yourself.
Yeah.
troubled teenagers that have been through some stuff, and and I walk up and they're like who's this guy, right? They're yeah, this guy's going to teach us something, right? And
Their instinct was right. He didn't teach them anything.
And if I didn't go through what I went through, there's no way they could relate with me. There's no way. I was, I leaned not on my own understanding. Does that mean I wish for my abuse? No, I didn't wish for it. Did I deserve it? I didn't deserve it, and you didn't either. But because I overcame and survived it, that became a seed within me that I can release and unleash to impact more people, to give them hope.
Isn't this the same kind that you're talking about, that video, Tish, when you reacted to him about speaking
This
about
is the same story.
It's the same story, because then I emailed them after your video and I sent them your video and a timestamp of him bragging about speaking to the most vulnerable people in the population. This is what he does. He's a predator. And then the second thing is, what is this seed that he's spreading?
Is it semen? Because that's gross.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's messed up.
That's gross.
Please
I don't believe for a second that any teenagers would want to listen to this guy for more than 2 seconds.
No. Even if he was abused.
Yeah.
Even if he was abused.
Even if he was. And either way, there's no way these kids could have related to me. Like, you were a teenager. You went through experiences as a teenager. There's a way they could have related to you. You don't have to be abused to be relatable to a teenager that has been through some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
and
just like,
there are some teachers out there, like coming from my line of work, who absolutely have not been through what their students have been through, but they're still good advocates and they still relate to the kids because,
because like you can learn, you can do research, just you don't have to go through it to like understand it. You might not be able to empathize because you have never been through it before, but you can still sympathize and like help them through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, even if they do have the background knowledge, most people are never going to say that because that's just kind of unprofessional coming from an adult to a teenager. Like, why are you talking about your abuse? Why don't what? How is that gonna? It's very unprofessional, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's sick.
And
So
I've found,
twisted.
like, even myself, I wouldn't, like, on a group of students to trigger them.
Yeah.
And you know, like, if they're going, and because they'll, you know, they might think they're safe to share something. Oh, that just sounds terrible. And if in Australia you have to have a blue card to work with children, you also have mandatory reporting if you hear something.
Yeah.
So there's a whole and things just to be able to talk to a bunch of kids like that. Okay?
Yeah.
So I don't think he's telling the truth with this story whatsoever.
No.
But did he tell something like this with Rank Makers, Julie? Where he talked to the youth?
He would say that he would donate. Well, so this is what I suspect, because he did say something similar, like he would donate to various charities, and then he would, because he would probably make such a big donation, then he would be granted some special access. So maybe to maybe he spoke some, maybe he, like, it wasn't exactly him speaking to these kids, but maybe he's like fleshed out the story to make it seem like that. But he did say that he donated, that he donated to some, there was like foster kids, and they brought them, they went to Disneyland, or they went somewhere, and they swung by his house, all the kids they donated to, and they were all there, like, looking at the bus, like in the bus at these kids. It was a really weird story, and I don't know if it ever happened, but he did tell that one in Rank Makers.
That is weird.
That is very
Jeez.
strange.
And there's no feeling like that. And so God works perfectly if we can only accept that. And I know that that's hard. I know that some of you have been through so many challenging things, and some of you have been through just sheer unkindness and just terribleness. And I mean,
hey, I'm getting really close to the computer because I need to make sure. Where's the tears, Ray? Where are they?
Where's them tears up?
Where are they? He looks like in the Barbie movies when they're like, and there's no
Yeah,
tears. Like,
literally.
girl, cry. Pour those waterworks out, Ray.
Where are they?
If you want to be a drama queen, give it to me.
You're just going 50%, Ray. Come on, give us 100%.
Yeah.
Give us a performance.
Until I'll show you that later. Until oh, good night, everybody. Thank you, Eclectic, for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Good night.
Until
almost every day I hear a story that just, breaks my heart of what you've been through. And if only we can look at it as, you know what? God rescued us from that. And because we overcame and survived it, there's an entire group of people that we can help that we otherwise couldn't.
Same thing in Rank Makers. You have to use the trauma, your abuse, and you need to show up for those people. There is like somebody on their hands and knees that is begging, that have gone through the exact same thing that you have, and they're begging for an opportunity. And you're too wimpy to send out a prospecting message or do a live video. You have to show up for the person that you were. You need to win on their behalf. That's the same thing.
It's just so
And
gross.
also, like, God didn't rescue me. I rescued me. I did that. Or maybe my doctor did. Like, there are tangible people who help you in your life. To give it all to God is to not sort of like celebrate your own strength and
True.
and resilience in situations. It's like, no, I fought my ass off to like get to this point in my life. I'm not saying as God, it was me. Like, it was me.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I don't know, just the whole mindset of like, oh, God saved you, but also like if
He's explaining how he put you in that situation and you should be grateful for it, but also you should be grateful because he saved you. And then it's like, wait, PEMDAS. What?
yeah, like so he put you in it, but he also saved you from it. So like, it's a good thing. That just will never make sense to me. I'm
Doesn't make
sorry,
sense.
it does not make sense. It doesn't.
That I don't get.
In no world.
That I don't get.
Mhm.
And he's not explaining it well either. I've heard it be explained at least decently. He's not doing a good job.
No, he's doing a terrible job.
And I know that that's not easy. I know it's not easy. I know it.
He's
I know
trying to.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, it's not easy. I know it's the same. The repetition, yeah. So sorry, I spoke at the same time. You did, but-
No, please. It's that, and it's also like priming you to agree with him. Like, I know it's
Mhm.
not easy. I know it's not easy, guys. And then so you're like, no, it's not easy. You know, so you agree
Yeah.
with part of it, so it's easier for it to agree with the rest, you know?
I had a thought earlier. Oh fuck, where did it go? Fuck! I just had a thought. No, keep going. I'll remember it. I'll
Okay.
remember it.
Also, you're so selfish if you don't allow your story to be exploited by others.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Fuck.
And
That's
you know,
his,
but
that's
I
a big part of his brand.
Yeah.
That's his brand.
Yep. It's just you're selfish. You suck. Fuck you.
I
What?
got it. He was just saying like, oh, God saved you from that. God saved you, blah, 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 blah. You know, sometimes the terrible things that people go through, sometimes they don't get saved.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes bad things happen and they aren't saved.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
did God just not love those people enough, Ray? Did he just not love them enough to save them from the bad things that were happening? Or are bad things happening just
To everybody.
or does it just happen to everybody and some people are lucky and some people are unlucky? It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with you as a person
Yeah.
or how much God loves you.
Yeah.
Whether you're talking about someone passing away from a disease or something, some sort of abuse or something like that. Like, you can't say that it was on the, like, it has nothing to do with the person that it happened to.
Yeah.
Whether they survive it or not has nothing to do with, oh, how much God loved you.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with that. It's literally
Right.
sheer luck.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
fuck off with that bullshit.
Yep.
you know, after, you know, when I started talking with this group, right, you know, they went from who's this guy to, oh, he'd been through some stuff like us.
I doubt that.
Are you using AAVE there?
Yeah.
Right?
He's trying to. He's trying to. He's trying to. Mm-hmm. Yep. Interesting. Interesting. Fucker.
And that is such a blessing. I wouldn't trade it for the world. There's literally nothing. I mean, if someone could, you know, say, hey, Ray, I want to pay you, you know, whatever. I want to pay you $10 million so that you didn't go through that as a child, I'd say no.
Why the fuck would anybody ask you that, Ray? Why the fuck would anybody offer you that? Can I fucking ask? Because, you know, I don't know if you know a lot about business, Ray, but in business transactions, there's value being generated to both parties. Both parties get something when business deals are made, right? So in your silly little hypothetical, what the fuck is that other person getting?
Yeah. It's so ridiculous.
It's
It is just, it would never happen. It's like, it's a fallacy somewhere there, but I can't think of which one. But
it's all
yeah,
of them.
It's
It's all of them. Yeah.
If you think of it too, like all of this is meant to create more confusion and dependency on him, and he's succeeding at that. That's his goal. That's his goal. So it's like same as in the 14-day challenge, same as in Rank Makers. You think that you're learning something. There'll be like these little bits where you're like, okay, I can kind of. Somebody had said it's like that's the cognitive dissonance. You're making it make sense to fit in with your belief system. But then it's like there's that weird confusion and it's just I have to tune into the next video and then I'll understand. There's like this weird addiction too of like watching videos, especially when you're in multi-level marketing.
Yeah. It's like I'll get it in the next one. The next one will be my epiphany. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
yes.
you get no trauma and money.
Like everyone would take the money. But his point is, I'm so holy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm so, like principled and
Yeah.
wonderful that,
Mhm. Like Michelle said, he's trying to set up the belief that he can't be bought.
And he already sold his soul. Look,
Yep.
he's such a believer. He has a picture of Jesus behind him. How much of a believer are you?
Yeah.
He was saved. He's been saved.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's the ones who have the biggest pictures of Jesus or the biggest crosses that really just don't give a shit. Sometimes it's the people in the first row of the pew, So that's why I'm never going to say somebody's religion makes them a good person, because sometimes people use it for bad. It's like Susan, Susan had a really good analogy with the knife. Knives can be really useful tools, and they can actually be used artistically as well. You know what I mean? You can do all kinds of cool stuff with knives. But there's the downside of the knife where you can do bad stuff. You know what I mean? It's like that. I really believe that. Like, it can be used for really good purposes. It can be really life-giving to people. And it can, like, I use that word for Mickey Atkins, life-giving. And it can also be, like, really fucked up. And it can really hurt people and do really life-damaging things. I believe that.
It's worth more than that. Knowing that that I'm able to connect with people at that level is one of the major callings that I have. And so I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Wait, I missed what you said.
Since 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Remember. All the stuff about him wanting to make you a millionaire, that's not there anymore. Oh, if you look at his YouTube though, that's still there.
It really does look like he's wearing that hat.
It's so funny. I can't
unsee it.
Ever since you said it, it's a little hat.
It's just a little man in a little hat.
He's just a silly little dude in a silly little hat.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy. Oh, little Ray. You're so cute in your little hat, Ray. Oh, in your little hat. Oh, isn't that cute? Oh, you have a little pyramid on your head, like your little pyramid scheme.
How does it feel to be infantilized, Ray?
Little baby boy.
Sounds strange.
It does sound strange.
Where do you turn for comfort when things aren't going well? I turn to prayer. That's where I go. I turn to prayer. I turn to the Word.
How does he have time to even read the Bible when he's constantly on live video or making content?
That's a very good point. If he's on live 6 times a week, like, isn't that time? 7 times a week, isn't that time you could be using to read your Bible and pray? Wouldn't that be more devout of you?
Mm-hmm.
Join a monastery.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Ray joins a monastery?
Oh God.
He should join like a solo monastery so that we don't have to like bug any of the other monks,
Yeah, like he just does it by himself. You know what I mean? Oh, I saw this thing. There was like sorry, this is like very off topic. But like there was this like stray dog that kept going up to a monastery, and they like adopted him, and they gave him like little monk clothes.
Oh my God.
So he just runs around the monastery in a little robe.
That's so cute.
Yeah, he's really cute.
That.
And like he kind of looks like an old man dog, so like he fits the vibe of like a monastery really well.
That's too good.
Yeah,
he was like, "This is my home, bro. Give me some robes. Come on,
give me my robe."
And I'll almost always, when I'm going through some stuff, I'll open up the Bible, and all of a sudden there's the perfect verse for me. God works perfectly.
Every time I used to open the Bible, it would turn to some part about someone getting stoned, and it'd be like, "Ah!" You know what I mean? I had to like look up Bible verses because I'm sorry, there's some pretty dark stuff in the Bible if you just flip to a random page. You know what I mean? It's not all fun
Next
and rainbows.
Next page.
Yeah. Oh,
slavery.
Oh.
Next page.
Oh.
A thief gets their hands cut off. Next
no.
page.
Yeah.
Literally.
I'm not saying there aren't beautiful parts to it. I'm just saying
There's also some gnarly parts.
So it's not that easy,
it's
bro.
not that easy, sir.
And then again, what if you flip to the Bible and if you don't find the perfect verse, you're not saved?
Mm.
Are
This
you
is me
saying?
Yeah.
walking out of Sodom. Gotta have a look back. Turn to salt. Done.
That's gonna be my caption next time I post a picture looking like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Lot's wife trying to get one last look at.
Wait, there was a story like that in Greek mythology too.
Oh really?
Yeah, there was like
Really?
that. Okay, there was this guy, he was like really good at music and whatever, and like he had a lover and she ended up dying. So he ends up going through the underworld, like playing music and whatever. And
Oh,
he's,
I
like,
remember
and
that.
he's finally able to like
He can't turn
but
around.
she's not allowed, neither of them are allowed to turn around. Right as they're about to exit, he turns around to look at her for the first time and she fucking disappears.
Oh.
I like that one better.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
It was a bit more
yeah.
dramatic.
That is a bit more dramatic than the. But I mean, they were about to escape the burning city, and then she freaking turns into salt. I like
Okay, both are pretty dramatic. I'll give it that.
the salt element adds a bit of camp.
It does.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I will go with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so camp.
Absolutely.
Orpheus
Ah,
and Eurydice.
okay.
Oh
Sorry.
yes. Yeah, that's pretty
Hey.
famous. Yeah, I've ever heard of that.
James.
Why didn't I know that? Okay.
Remember, he said there weren't going to be Bible verses in this one. Here's James.
says, I'm uniquely gifted to help others and better because of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, that was James from the chat. Never mind.
James from the Bible. Oh my God, that's a Bible. That's like a Bible story. James from the chat is the new Bible.
Yeah,
story.
James from the chat. 423.
42069.
Go forth and raid channels. Go forth and subscribe to my Twitch.
Go
Stream.
forth and lick the stream.
And on the 8th day, he said, "Go forth and make a live video and do it scared." Hashtag. Oh god. Oh.
Oh my
So the
God.
question is, how can you start seeing God has his hand in everything and is working out perfectly? Even the tough times I had worked into me perfectly. They happened for me, not to me. And that may be very difficult to embrace. It may be
Not through you.
He
Through
said
you?
the same thing in Rank Makers. It happens for you, not to you. So that's similar.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think that's a Savvy Writes book. Savvy Writes books. She uses going through you instead of 2, 3, 4. You know, like 2 you, 4
Oh,
you,
yeah.
3 you.
Mm.
Something
Mm.
goes through you.
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm.
See, like, that's kind of a privileged take, in my opinion, because that implies that, like, oh, you can bounce back from the bad things that are happening to you. There's a lot of people, marginalized people, for whatever reason, people that are like financially, like, you know, not doing well, people in other countries that are just literally in shambles, like, oh, that's happening for them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's happening. Like, people are literally starving for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's such a privileged take.
you get a disability as a child that happened for me.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, no.
Like, really?
Again, that might be useful for some people, but to try to provide that as the
Overarching end all be all reason for things, like, you can't say that applies to everything. You just can't.
No.
You simply cannot.
No.
And that's so funny because I've heard that saying a bunch of times, but I hadn't considered that it is from a place of privilege of being able to bounce back. So thank you for mentioning that.
Hey,
Thank you, guys. You did something good for once. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I gotta give him shit.
easy to argue. You may say, well, what about this?
Yeah.
It is easy to argue.
I love that his concession is, oh, well, it's easy to argue, but
Wow.
like,
You're
what
being-
a concession, Ray.
you're
Claps.
tell that to the judge.
Literally. Oh my God.
And I know that there's so many things that were just, not cool, not kind, not fair. And I really do believe, and I just believe it, that God gives the biggest challenges to those who have the biggest calling.
Okay. Here we
Oh, that's
go.
him. That's
Yeah.
him, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's him.
It's always the biggest challenge for Ray.
Yep.
Ew.
Oh.
Ew.
Yep. It's so gross. It's so gross. Because then you're a Christian, you look back at your life, you're like, oh, I haven't struggled that much, actually. I've been pretty okay. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I've struggled, but not like the way that Ray has struggled. Damn. What does that mean about me and my relationship to God? You know?
Yeah.
That would fuck me up. That
Yeah.
would fuck my kid ass up. I'd be like, shit. Well, maybe I should invent some problems. Maybe I need God to care about me more. Maybe I need to pray more. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Yeah.
for the record, I
You're
don't think there's
getting it.
anything
That's
wrong with
what
prayer,
happened.
but in an anxious way, there is something wrong with prayer when you do it for just in an anxious way, like, oh, I need my God's approval. I need to be praying all the time. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I did. I interrupted. I hate
No,
when I do
please.
that. Oh, yeah.
No, it's hard on the internet. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's hard. Don't worry.
You got it. Like you described exactly what happens. Exactly what he's doing. You've got it. It's wild. It's so awesome. It's like, it's good because it's like people on the, like, that haven't been in, like, you get it. You understand and you're explaining it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
shout
good.
out. I'm glad. Shout out to Jules saying that this theology is wrong and dangerous.
Thank you. See, like, I only know so much from the Bible just because of, like, you know, I grew up a certain, like, sect of Christianity, and, you know, we went to church, you know, often enough, but not, like, too often, so I only have, like, my very limited view. So it's nice to have people that, like, really understand Christianity from, like, either a very personal background or literally, like, even like a scholarly background, you know, like Julie Joe has her master's in theology, right? Like, there's some people, or like maybe we've had someone in chat that was a pastor, you know, like, it's really cool to hear that, like, we're not off base with how ridiculous this is,
especially in the Christian
Christian sense, because, like, I can say that it sounds ridiculous and that it sounds like he's skewing the Bible, but can I exactly say how? No. So thank you guys for coming into chat and for really just, like, backing us up and, like, you know, helping me feel like I'm on the right track with this, because I do have a very limited knowledge on Christianity, but I do what I can, you know.
And the same with how it's used in MLMs, you know, like how it becomes intertwined with the three of us not having been in MLMs. Like, it is, like Julie was saying, we're all on the same page, which means that we can see that they're grifters, and that's good because it helps get the message out, because we can say, well, this is our perspective from non-people who haven't been in an MLM, but let's hear from people who have been. It's everybody's perspective, and it just reinforces the whole message.
Yeah, and then it's like people who are in rank makers can see people from all kinds of different perspectives saying this, and it's like, oh, it's not just one little angry person with their pitchfork. It's people from all kinds of backgrounds, with MLM experience, without MLM experience, with Christian experience, without, like, it helps to say, oh my God, I'm not the only one, you know?
Yeah, and that's also why I think it's important to get, like, as many people in the anti-MLM space as possible, just to, like, different backgrounds, different perspectives, different things like that. Like, that's so important because different people are going to reach the more nuance and niches and differences that we have in the anti-MLM community, the more people we're going to be able to reach with this information.
Yeah.
So
Michelle said he said the same shit in Rank Makers. The harder you had it, the more impact you can make. He would encourage and work with people how to manipulate their story to sound worse. Is that something you've yeah? Oh wow.
This is when I was struggling with it. Like, I did this. I told stuff I should not have told on the internet in order to emotionally manipulate people. And I had conversations just like, and I would be like, so like crying and like devastated, but it's like, then it's like, you want to have people reach out to you. They're reaching out to you like under that guise. And it was like to hopefully recruit them into Monat.
Yeah.
To
do this.
Yeah. Oh,
that's a lot.
Do it. It's like rank stank. So
Not rank stanker. Oh, and I like this comment. I thought idolizing was bad. Why does he idolize himself so much?
good catch. Good catch.
Claps from all of us. Claps.
Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer. Oh man, what a tool. Do you guys want to go for maybe like 10 more minutes and then we can wrap it up?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
that
about to
sounds
run out of
good.
steam.
Cool.
But
Cool.
I got a little
done
left.
I got a little more.
Well,
Yeah, look at you. Look at you.
Yeah, I've had to take little breaks, but I'm trying.
You're doing good. You're doing good. No worries.
I believe it.
William's still on the trauma arc.
It's so true.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Always
Forever.
forever and always on that trauma arc.
Oh, that's his brand.
That's his brand, apparently. Oh god.
Really do. I really do. Because when you make it past those experiences,
Again, when? Not everybody does.
Not everybody does, either with the healing process of it or just getting through the situation in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can look at people's brains with PTSD and people's brains without, and there's a huge difference.
Like
There's a
sometimes you're just never the same and you're never going to fully heal, and you have to be okay with that.
Yeah, and that is okay. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
you come out on the other side a transformed person. Maybe you're more grateful. Maybe you're humble where you used to be arrogant, right? I used to be arrogant before I lost it all in real estate. That really helped me. That was quite a blessing.
It didn't help.
It didn't help at all.
Didn't do shit.
I really wanted to get to that part. I needed everybody to hear.
I'm glad we got there because, you were
I
arrogant?
needed everybody to hear him
In
say
the
he
past?
was.
He's like,
Past tense?
And not
Babes.
even like recently,
Babes.
like way
Mhm.
long ago. He said
Yeah.
he was not
Like he lost money in real estate a while ago, relatively. So
yeah, 2008,
Yeah.
2008.
$1 million in debt,
Wow.
personal foreclosure. I'm surprised he hasn't worked that into this.
Yeah, where's that? Where's that? He realized it sounded a little too corny when he just rattled it off on live video. Because it does sound corny. Sorry.
It does.
It improved my character.
Really? Really?
And I know that, it may be difficult, right? But ask God for wisdom and healing around that thing that was so unfair to you, that thing that took something very precious away from you. Ask God for wisdom and healing. And if you're on here and you're like, well, Ray, I don't even know if God's real. Like, come on, man. Like, is this mythology? Like, you really believe this stuff? And ask for a sign.
Oh, fuck.
I laughed so hard at this because, hey, Ray, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Because I'm sorry, I'm that kind of person. Everything to me is a sign.
Mhm.
Exactly.
If you're looking for a sign,
yeah.
if you
you'll
look for a
find it.
sign, you'll find it.
I'm the kind of person who likes to think that everything has a reason, that there's not that many coincidences. That's just for my life, okay? I'm not putting that on anybody else. For me, okay? So
Mhm.
when I come home and the cat is there and he just comes up to me and he's all happy, that's a sign. When I go outside and I see the birds all singing and happy, that's a sign. When I see money on the floor, another sign. I'm you know what I mean? Like what you're gonna have to
Yeah.
It's not that easy. It improved your
Hey,
character.
bringing
Holy fuck! How shit were you before? Oh man, that's a good question. That's a good question. If y'all knew him before 2008, we have emails.
Yes.
We have comment sections and Instagrams. Come on down. Let us know.
we honestly cannot believe his own recollections of that because of how he likes to storytell.
Yeah. Oh, this is also a good point. My trauma makes me second guess things. How will I trust any of these signs?
Yeah. That's true. Because also, I think at some point in this, I don't know if it's in this, I don't know if it's in another video, but Ray is just like, oh, years ago.
Yes, it's this one.
It's this one. He's like, oh, I asked for a sign. I don't know if we're going to get there, so I'm going to talk about it. I asked for a sign, and I got it, and I did nothing with it. So clearly it's not just that easy to ask for a sign and then see a sign and then, clearly it's not that easy. Clearly that's not all it takes, because if that's all it took, you would have been a Christian years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he
But
was
he
in
said-
manifestation, like, oh, sorry, Tish. No, you go first.
Oh, no, you're right. Go manifestation.
Okay,
You
so
go.
he talked about like when it might have been. I don't know if this was in. He was in personal foreclosure at this point. This whole myth, but he had written down on a piece of paper. Somebody had told him to write down all the qualities of his ideal woman. This is before he met Jessica. He manifested Jessica Higdon, if you could fucking believe this. And he wrote it down, all these qualities like of the most amazing woman. And then he put it into some kitchen drawer. And then he forgot about it until one day, then they got married and it was wonderful. And then they were moving and he found this piece of paper and it came true. Like he wrote it down and it came true. So it's like, this is the tying into kind of like that sign thing. Like he talked about that story forever, on and on.
Reminds me of how Megan Fox said that as a 4-year-old, she manifested Machine Gun Kelly into existence. Yeah, she said that. She's like, as a 4-year-old, I manifested my perfect man into existence. I am the reason he exists.
How much older than him is she?
I think like 4 years.
I think that's why. So
she was like,
said
as a
that
4-year-old,
she
am-
created him.
She created him.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Gasp. OMG. Ray had a type and he remembered it.
Like, what? Like,
Oh,
I think you just had a type and you went for that type.
Oh, man.
I think that's all that happened, babes.
Right. Like, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Some of us are not that lucky. You know what I mean? Some of us try to manifest our dream man, and dream men are not into us. Like, what do you want me to do?
The dream men aren't swiping on me, babes. What do you want me to fucking do?
Like,
Come on.
I'm sorry you got lucky and a girl liked you, Ray. You know what I mean?
God.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
Good for him. Good for him.
But also not good for him.
No.
You don't
Yeah, no,
deserve
no.
her.
No.
Asked for a sign. Who was it? Was it Gideon, I think, that asked for
Who?
a sign, right? The story of the fleece. Asked for a sign, seriously. I cracked up. I have a friend of mine.
Is it Amy from
And,
Alabama?
Wait, is it?
No, it wasn't.
Aw, damn
Unfortunately.
it.
I wish
Damn
it was. I wish it
it.
was. I wish it was.
Amy from Alabama. Fuck it up.
Oh, also, I don't think Ray and Jessica broke up, right?
No.
No, I think
They're
they're
still together as far as we're concerned. Okay, I think as far as we're concerned, they're still together. So
he said, he grew up, I think Buddhist maybe, and he said, well, how do I know, this God is real, right? I said, ask for a sign, and he tells me, he says, all right, if he's real, then someone's going to invite me to church, and I forget what else he had, but he said someone's going to invite me to church.
I'm sorry. This is not real, okay? Because we all know damn well, okay? And much peace and love to the Christians out there. I say this without malice, because if there's one thing that a Christian wants to do, it's ask you
invite
out
you
to
to
church. You know what I mean? Like, they enjoy it. They like their
it's-
churches. So
It's a thing that they enjoy and they want to share with other people. You know what I mean?
It's highly probable. It's highly probable.
Yeah, if you're
Like,
hanging around a
if
lot
you-
of Christians, like,
Say like, if it God is real, it's gonna start raining now. Like that's more of a something,
Mhm.
like.
mhm.
Mhm.
Oh, he said to ask for a sign, and we wrote down our little question of asking.
Oh,
for
we
a
wrote
sign.
it down. We wrote it
We
down.
wrote it down.
We wrote it down.
It will snow where we live, where it doesn't fucking snow
Ever.
within the next week if Ray is a prophet.
And it's not even if
it's
God
not
is
if
real.
God is real. It's
I'm not
if
asking-
Ray is a prophet.
If Ray's a prophet, it's gonna snow here. Okay.
So we'll let you know
Okay.
if it snows within the next
We
week.
will let you know. We watched
All
that
right.
video 3 days ago. So
Because he said ask for a sign, so we're fucking doing it,
I'm
Ray.
asking.
We're asking. Let's see. Let's fucking see.
Let's see,
Okay.
Ray. Thanks
Yes.
for the suggestion.
And that day he sends me an email and he says, well, someone invited me to church and they handed me this card, but it wasn't, I forget what he said. He had some condition on it. And I said, ask for another sign.
Can I pause
Since that-
it? He has forgotten everything that he has said. How many times has he said, I've forgotten it? It was like, I was reading Gideon, or I don't know, I forget. And then it was the story of the fleece. I don't know if I forget. Like, what story is he telling? Because it's like every third word is that he forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna say, oh, ask for another sign. And you'd think, oh, we're gonna get this next friend's sign, right? So we can see how he converts to Christianity. Wrong. Ray moves the fuck on. Because why expand on that further, you know?
Yeah.
Why do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
That one was-
he also does things like when he's doing his network marketing spiel, it's like automatic. Because this is new sort of content, it doesn't roll as well as
yes.
his rest of the
Yeah.
stuff does.
It's so
Yeah.
true.
You know, like yeah.
Yeah, like so he
You're
can tell his trauma story no problem because he's done it so many times. He's practiced it, but not some of this, you know.
Yeah.
What does snow mean for you guys? It does not snow here.
Like at all. Like literally any amount of snow is snow.
Would be interesting.
Yeah.
We'll just say we live in Southern California. It does not snow down here. Okay,
Mhm.
like I think it probably actually snowed last time, maybe in the 50s or something.
Like it's hailed before.
We've had a
but,
little
like,
bit of something.
but literally like a 5-second burst of tiny little hail pebbles, and that was it.
Mm.
So
Oh, this is interesting, William.
I think it sounds like it could be true. I don't know, but
wouldn't be
yeah, like
surprised.
I believe that because I feel
Yeah.
like the whole point is supposed to be faith, not being tested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and
like
if you are questioning God's like existence, isn't that a bad thing?
Right.
Mm,
Right.
mhm,
But nope.
mhm.
Nope, not according to Ray. He doesn't know anything.
wasn't, powerful enough. I remember the first just crazy sign that I got many, many years ago. I'm up in Michigan with my friend Brian. Some of you have heard this, I know. But I'm up in Michigan with my friend Brian. He's like, hey, we're going to church. I'm like, I don't go to church. You go, right? I'll hang here. Come on, I go to church. And so he talked to me, okay, fine. And so on the way to church, I just think in my head, God, if you're real, I want to hear the word water buffalo.
Things that never happened. For 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
want to hear the word water buffalo. Like,
Yeah.
this is a sign. Are you this is like he's manifesting God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then wait for it.
Just you wait.
Just
Just
you
you
wait.
wait, girl.
Just you wait. You will
girly
not
pop.
be disappointed.
This is
Pretty
out of
unlikely.
his book, Vibrational Money Immersion, by the way. This is like how you'd say to do these things. So
Mm.
sorry, I
Oh,
say
I love that you can pull it straight from the book. This is from book 3 of Ray.
I know. You can pull stuff from Ray's books more than he can pull from the Bible.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's true.
Yep.
It's true. And you're not a rank maker prophet, so
Yeah.
love that for you. Oh God, what a turd. Can you
I
read
think
the
this
sign, Ray?
Okay, once we're done with like the sign stuff,
Yeah.
I think we could
Yeah,
hop
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. But let's finish with this
Yeah,
little
let's
bit,
let
'cause
him finish his
Let's
story.
let him
Church in
finish.
Michigan, water buffalo. That's an unlikely scenario. I get there, and for the first time in church history, they have a visiting pastor from India that tells the story of a stubborn water buffalo. And I'm like,
Whoa!
and I tell Brian afterwards, I'm like, Brian, dude, I asked for a sign.
Oh, Tish, you gotta pull it up. You gotta pull it up.
Oh my god.
Some of them didn't see it. Some of
Oh,
them
can we please end off
Oh.
stream with that?
We gotta-
Would you mind? Would you mind?
Let me, Kermit can be my microphone.
Or just
Where is it?
Yes!
the
Yes!
cultiest shit I've ever seen.
Yay! Even
For
Ray doesn't like
5,000.
this. Look, we all gotta.
We all got it.
Ray doesn't like this. Look, you know,
No,
pause
Ray,
game.
Pause game.
Oh, Ray. Oh my God, this is awful. Yeah. Ray's acting like God is a sideshow. I completely agree. I mean, look at this. Look at this fucking shit. Look at this. You know what I mean?
Can we see it? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. We've got it. We're wrapping it up. So
did
I've
it.
just got one more costume change.
Yeah!
Oh, ending it off with a bang.
You gotta finish strong.
Uh,
Until.
Can I Val, can I see your pants? Like they look like they were pink and they had some animals on them.
They're
or-
cows.
Cows.
Oh, those
It
are
says
really
moo.
cool.
cute.
Oh, it says Moody.
Cool. I was like,
That's so cute.
I didn't. They're cute. They're cute. I'm always in pajama pants because I'm comfortable. So
yeah, right on.
Respect.
yeah.
I have
Any
a feeling. I have a feeling Ray's going to meet this person that I am.
Yeah.
Because this is not coming from an honest place, you know.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
Yeah.
No. He has his own special circle for him down there, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mhm.
you know, that's just my opinion. I'm no god. I can't make the decisions.
Nope.
But if I could, you know,
Yeah.
elevator
One-way ticket to down there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Any closing thoughts from everybody now that we've watched all of that? We've laughed, we've cried, we've screamed, we've raged.
He sucks. There
Yeah.
you go.
I think that encompasses pretty much all I had to say.
Mhm.
I don't
Your
like this
commentary is
man.
so important. Like, thank you so much. Like, just with your any kind of religious background or just how you see anything that you're commenting on to like point out contradictions, it's helpful.
Yeah.
It is making an impact. How he wants to make it is making a huge impact.
Yeah. And Julie, thank you so much for being here,
Absolutely.
for being so open with your story about rank makers, because that helps a lot too. Like having a look from someone that was on the inside, like knowing, like having someone that's like, hey, I've been there before. I get it. You know what I mean? Like as much as I can't really empathize with people that haven't been in MLMs before because I've never been through it, but like I can sympathize. But it's nice to have someone in the community that really can understand being in that place, being in that raw mindset where this is like all that matters. You know what I mean? So I just feel like your view is so important. So we really appreciate you for putting your story out there and for being here. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And that goes for all of I know Michelle speaks out and so does Jen, and you know that helps the numbers grow. It's fantastic and amazing because of that Ray's persona, which is the aggression, and you guys have seen the aggression, so you know that he well could come after you, but you know, to have survived that, like I take my non-existent hat off to you.
I tip.
know?
I tip. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we all really appreciate it, and it's going to help people, you know, even if they never say anything, you know what I mean? Like it might stick in their brain, you know.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And you don't have to.
Yeah.
People don't have to, like they might think, oh, I'm gonna have to talk out like Julie does, or like no. Like it's your journey.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
It's your journey to healing.
100%. So yeah, thank you all. We really appreciate it. If you could leave a like on both streams, that would be great. Follow Julie's Instagram. I think she's _ Julie Anderson 46 426 426 426.
There we go.
I'm a good fan. No kidding. But yeah, if you could leave a like on both streams, that would be cool. Follow Julie. Go watch her videos. Mac Attack has a great video out today on Ray Higdon. And yeah, just tell your friends that if they want a faith-based community, there are probably other ones that are a better fit.
So many. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yay! Thank you all so
Thank you,
much, and we'll see you
everybody.
on another side. Bye bye.
Yeah.